You are listening to the decision reel.
Oh, hey, thanks for tuning into the Decision Reel Movie Review Podcast.
You're welcome.
I just can't.
Starting off strong.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
God damn it. Where the reels always fall off. I'm your host, Steve, this week with me. The gang's all back, finally. We got Wally,
In the same room.
I got time
Tara.
off. I'm here.
Randy. We're looking good today.
Yeah, I've been the troublemaker.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Just life. Lots of life stuff.
Just he
All
doesn't
right.
want to hang out with us.
I
Yeah,
think that's
fuck
what
you
it is. You guys suck. Whatever. This week, we're looking at a movie picked by me. We're looking at the all-time classic, greatest Disney movie of all time.
You're fucking full of shit. Is what
Go
you
ahead,
Yeah,
Randall.
right.
Go ahead.
Holy God. This movie's garbage.
Blank check. What's garbage about it? Right off the hop. Let's go.
Everything. There was nothing that stood out to me about this movie that was like, oh, I really fucking enjoy this. Nothing at all. Do you know how many times I got
So
distracted?
you must like hate puppies and shit, like newborn babies
No.
and happiness and
No,
other
just-
stuff like that? Is
This
that the-
movie's trash.
Okay.
So, but if you weren't paying attention, how do you know it was complete trash?
I did pay attention.
You said you
And
were
then I
finding it
didn't want
hard to
look
pay
at it
attention.
anymore. So then I picked my phone up and I was like, no, I got to watch it for tomorrow. And now here we are.
So you found absolutely
Name
no
5
enjoyment.
fucking scenes in this that are perfect.
I mean, it's a
What do
kids
you
movie.
fucking? What is
Right.
your definition of perfect?
Good.
You name a perfect scene.
Yeah, you don't really mean
I don't- I
perfect.
mean,
you
I
mean
don't know.
good at this
Yeah,
point.
You mean
Just good.
enjoy?
Just good.
How about
Enjoyable.
enjoyable or
Yeah.
entertaining to watch? Okay, right off
Look,
the top.
I wish I was like fucking 8 and kissed a fucking
Oh,
20-year-old
let's not,
hottie.
if we want to start there,
Predator
if we
vibes
want to
for
start there,
sure.
we can start there.
we
That
might
is
as well.
predatory as shit. Like
Yeah,
that
bring
was
her
so
on.
weird.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
I mean, like,
a baby.
100%, but like on her
If
side,
that was a
probably don't do that, dude.
30-year-old man kissing an 11-year-old girl, no one would say, "Bring it on."
Yeah. Well, it's not. We're not equal. I'm down. I know you're not down, but I think us three would be perfectly
I'm
fine
down.
with that.
Yep.
Hold on, though.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
reverse the situation, and it's fucked
Not
up.
everything
Even
has to be the same.
hold on. Even looking at it now, it is fucked
It's
up.
fucked up.
Right? If she would have kissed him on the cheek,
That's what I thought she
Well,
was doing.
go back to your.
Nope.
This is a weird thing. 'Cause
And they
right now it
planned a
seems
date.
okay, right? Yeah,
They
they
planned
did.
a date.
Right now it seems okay, but go back to your fucking little kid self, like 8.
Oh,
7.
you're all about it.
Ooh, I don't know if I was that time. Maybe 10 or 11. I would have been like, okay,
Hey, what's up?
just plan it on me.
Was he not 11?
He was 11.
he was turning 11.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, see, that's the age. I
Right.
think between like 11 and 13, maybe
Start
10 and
feeling.
13
You
for
start to
young
like
men. You're
girls.
like, girls. Yeah, she chased me around
what's
everywhere,
up?
beating my ass. I like her.
I like bank tellers. You know what? The weirdest part to
But
me in this movie
if
is
it was opposite, this would have never came out.
But that's the thing is, you
Never released.
it's got to be the same. You know what I mean? Like that's still predatory as
It is
fuck.
technically, yeah. Parents aren't okay with that, I'm sure.
it's on
Well,
Disney Plus still. I was
majority.
I was waiting for them to edit it out or like change it in
Yeah.
sort of a way where it looks like she gave him a peck on the cheek or something. But I was like, nope, they just went for it.
You have to enter in. I'm so used to having like maybe 2 letters in the title, and that pops up.
You have to type
I had to
bland
almost,
or
I almost had to
something.
type out the whole fucking first thing for this to pop
Yeah.
up. It was
Makes
so much
sense.
in the back.
Yeah, they don't want you to know that they got it.
A
They
lot
got it.
came up with BL and then even BLA, and I had to type in like the N, and then finally it was like,
Yep.
oh.
I think it came up for me
How
because
dare
it's
you.
been in my watch list.
So,
So
it's probably
when
like,
I went-
this must be what you're talking about.
Right. The only 2 people in the world who's seen this movie and still enjoy it.
I love
Right
it.
here.
I've always loved
Hold
this
on,
movie.
break it down though. If you were 11 years old, okay, 10 because he's 10.
I'm sure he's
turning
cool
11.
with the concept.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The concept of the
Conceptually,
movie
I'm sure he's
of
fine
No,
with
the
it.
you get $1
concept's
million.
Yeah.
So what beyond what goes wrong in this movie for you? Like I don't understand. It's a kid's like utopia of what would happen if I got $1 million check.
First off,
First off,
they were That house was initially getting bid on for $150,000.
Right,
Hold
that
on.
was, I said that too.
They do say that it was a foreclosure or something somehow, even though the people are there. And
Yeah.
it's
and
in
the
a
guy
bad part of
calls it like a
town.
piece of shit and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's a castle,
fuck?
but yet
Just-
these old people live in it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in there when they're selling it. They've clearly already moved
This
out.
is
or
marketed to a
something.
fucking little boy. It's
Also looks
marketed to.
nothing like any of the other houses on the street. They all look like normal single family homes, and that's a castle.
Yeah.
I've also realized I can probably make a slide that goes from my window in my little computer room
Down
to
to
the
the
lake.
Let's do
If
it.
I wanted to.
But yeah, when when they got up to 300,000, and the guy was like, "That's absurd." In my mind, I was like, "Absurd? That's like half what that house should go for."
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
We were probably the houses that we all have are probably close to what that fucking one
Went for.
sold-
Yeah.
And that was a
sold for.
castle. I could
That
have
was
bought
a
a castle
castle.
Exactly.
for the same price as my house. I fucked up, guys. I want a castle. Don't you want a castle?
Nah.
How old is
Why
this?
wouldn't you want a
This is
castle?
90
Maybe as a
something?
kid, for
That's
sure.
what, okay. So
As a kid, for sure.
No, I think
You
that
chose
one.
the
I think
right house to buy.
that one. I think that type of castle, I'd be down for. I don't want a real castle, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
huge
a
castle.
house
Like,
that's a
that's
house,
too much, but
look-
looks like a castle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
feel
I
like
liked it.
Still
It was
want
just the front,
floorboards.
and then the back of it is just all weird, fucking normal soffit and shit like that.
Yeah,
Just
the
push
pool,
front
like,
over.
yeah.
What's weird is if you look at the house for what it is on film, the backyard is definitely not that house's backyard.
No.
No, and
The
it's
inside,
small actually. Well,
it is.
except for like the track and stuff, but like the pool is literally you walk outside and boom.
And it was the
Where's the
size
grass?
of this room.
Where's
this
the yard?
pool.
Or where's the
you,
yard?
You would think
Like-
that house would have a bigger pool.
Yeah.
And also, like the rooms, I think the only actual room we saw in the real house was in the beginning when they're building.
When they're
bidding on
sitting
it.
there,
I
yeah.
think the Macintosh's office and like some other rooms. Well, maybe the room with the giant TV screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably in there.
I think that like a house like that would
Screens.
be so, that's clearly
It's in the
older
90s, bro.
and has
you can't
that,
have
like,
big shit like that. That was
classic,
high
like
tech.
medieval
That was,
times
like,
type
that-
feel, but put some like modern shit in it.
Yeah, yeah. That
Like,
looks like a same
that would
house
be
from
cool.
Tomb Raider almost.
Yeah.
Inside of Tomb Raider.
Oh,
It was like 124-inch TVs put together.
right.
And he was like,
That's how it was back
150
in
is
the
a
day.
good offer. That's all you're gonna get for this piece of shit house.
With my little nest egg.
do your thing because
Oh, right.
we're
yeah,
about
we're
to
going,
get.
We're doing our thing
We're about
again.
to.
Right,
We're
right,
about
right.
to
You're welcome.
dive in.
I would say before the reels fall off,
they're gone.
is it
gone.
already gone. But hey, you can find us where, Randy?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
Trying to.
Ah, damn it! I was swallowing food.
We
You can
shouldn't
also-
be eating while we're trying to do a
I
podcast.
can, I'm hungry.
But,
I'm hungry. At The Decision Reel, or you can go to our
Something about
website,
Cheetos.
www.thedecisionreel.com, where you can find some t-shirts,
curls.
some leggings, a hat, and if you use the code REAL10, you'll get 10% off.
Look at you. You've been practicing.
Look at me.
Look at you. I want to say something. This is what this woman brings to the podcast.
I feel like like the mom of the group. Like I brought a snack for the group.
I
Hers?
think you
No,
did
her-
a phenomenal job.
Hers
Hers. HERRS.
cheese puffs in a Ziploc
cheese
bag,
curls or
a
whatever.
hefty Ziploc
keep
bag.
them
The
fresh.
bag ripped.
Sure,
Otherwise,
but-
I
sure.
keep them. Otherwise, I keep them in the regular bag. But the bag ripped when I opened them. It ripped too low.
We're trying to do a thing here where we talk. Everybody's like, I'm just going to bring food. Okay.
This is a casual.
Randall had
Okay.
separate food also. To be
Well,
fair.
that was from somewhere else at another
here.
point in time.
Here, he
that
brought them
kept.
here, and there's just still
hungry.
here.
I'm a little
Just
hungry.
do it. Shout out to combos too. Randy's got the combos. Buffalo blue cheese with the baked pretzel. Well, break it over your head.
Too. You gotta yell at him.
The
He
pepperoni
didn't
ones.
bring it.
The pizza, the
It'd be a
pizzeria ones.
Yeah, yeah. Those
Yeah.
are the
Yep.
banging ones.
Might as well do Twisted Tea now too, while you're giving shout
I'm
outs.
drinking a twisted tea because I'm probably going to need 7 of these to feel great.
Me too.
This is Steve's drunk day.
Every day is turning into a drunk
Twisted
day.
Steve.
Anyways, the plot of Blank Check. After a bike accident, a young boy inadvertently gains possession of a check for $1 million and proceeds to spend it, unaware that the gangsters it belongs to are in pursuit.
The white
Juice!
No.
Yeah, there's a lot
thank
of
you, I'm not
intent on a
thirsty.
child's life in this as well.
Okay, let's break it
Attempted
down.
child murder.
Let's break down the first part of this movie
Settle
and
down.
how plausible this could
I
actually
would have
be.
beat that kid's ass.
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
How plausible this could actually
Yeah.
be.
No, it's not.
It's
Wait,
not.
wait. Let me break it down for you. The guy getting out of prison, having a nest egg somewhere, believable,
in
right?
in a suitcase too.
All of it
Nice
at
little
once is
silver
not,
suitcase.
though. That's the
Hold
thing.
on.
Every little aspect.
Him
believable, but-
having the bank teller dude who's like he's really scared of this guy, and
Yeah.
for him to come, hey,
Sure.
I'm going to do something crazy,
and showing up.
I mean,
and showing up at one.
he testified against him. He's scared for his life. Like, sure.
Sure. So then when he says we're going to figure out this exchange, and it's going to be a little different. I got my boy coming, right? Juice, which is still hilarious. No, thank you. I'm not thirsty. For him to be that dumb to believe it, obviously, is the movie. If that bank teller's like, get the fuck out of here, little kid, sure. But him being a stupid person, I paused. Him being a stupid person and believing.
He almost fucking flew
I almost
with that
did.
one.
Almost did. I could have had. We used to have the bleep button. Where'd it go? Is it here? No, that's not. Wait,
I think we should bring that one back. Let's
It's
just
back
move
right
that
here.
word let's move
the word
No,
from
we're not.
where it was before.
probably should, but you know what? I'm trying.
It's
I'm
done.
trying. It's hard.
Done.
You can't take that one back.
It's done. It's gone.
I didn't say it.
No, I'm not saying your word, but the
Can we
word.
take it back for us to have? Is what you're saying?
No,
or
no.
saying take it out
We
of
should just move
vocabulary?
it from
I am
where,
so
where
lost.
okay, for what it was before, or what it is now, defining the group of people.
Sure.
We should just move it to something random and give them something different. They already have a few, but like
I don't know that you can do that now.
we should. We just make
Who's
a
gonna
public
tell them?
announcement that if I wanted to say retarded, that it means something entirely different.
Like you're acting retarded, dumb.
Sure.
That's how it used to be.
That's not what I was getting at,
Right.
but okay, Steve.
Anyways, back to our the point I was trying to make is this guy is that dumb that he believes that he would have got a kid to come in there and do this. Now, right before that, when he runs the kid over, you definitely can see that happening with the way his the chain falls off his bike because it's a piece of shit bike.
I would never give a kid a check for anything.
I got checks back in the day, I think. Did you
This
get
is
checks
not
back in the day?
Not a random kid.
This is in the 90s. He doesn't have any money, right? Because he's just out of prison.
Sure.
So the whole, what I'm saying is, it feels like the set of like circumstantial events that happen could be real. You know what I mean? Like the cops are there, and he's like, "Shit, I gotta go here to take
My
the fucking
medieval name is circumstantial.
circumstantial
I just
events."
he backed out of there so fast after he gave him the check. Why couldn't he have just done that?
Because
the
he was
cops showed
flustered
up.
because the cops were there. This is a known.
No, but what I mean
Fugitive.
is he could have. He's a fugitive. You're right. He could have just done that though instead of trying to give him a check.
Well, he was.
For-
Why do you give a shit about that other kid
it
and
was
those people? Just get in your car and
saving
go.
face from the
He
ladies
was
that are around
exactly.
there. And
So
then-
he was like,
I
"Yo,
don't
what the
fucking know.
fuck is wrong with you, kid? Like, get the fuck out of here!"
Also,
and then a lady
how
pops
did
up.
he
was
back-
reaching, but that's
how
every
did he back
Disney
out
movie.
so quickly? The bike was still there.
No, they pulled it out. He said, "Get your bike from out of there," and he pulled it out. They show the kid going to it to grab it.
and he takes it home. The wheel's like.
I know that. Also, then the parents were way more concerned about the bike than they were about that kid's safety.
In the 90s,
Kind of fucked up. but
that's
yeah.
that's true though. I bought you this bike, and you're not respecting it. Fuck you.
Yeah, but like he almost died.
Okay, but am I
But they
believing my
don't know
kid?
that. They don't know.
What did
that.
they think he did to it?
Yeah, but
That was a serious bend.
Okay.
in that
He wasn't
tire.
messed up at all. The bike was shot to shit.
that's what I'm saying.
So it could be misleading.
Would he throw it
When
off
I
a
was a
roof?
kid and I was 10 years old, and if I came home with the bike my parents gave me fucked up, and I'm just fine, they're gonna be like, "What did you do?"
Yeah, what happened?
And then you
What the
continue
fuck did
down
you
the
do?
road of this bike's a piece of shit.
Right.
I would. You know what? You fucking little
Exactly.
son of a bitch.
You got to think this kid is smart in this movie, right? So everything he's tried to do before this or tried to get out of being in trouble or whatnot, you could tell he gives it to his parents a little bit, right? So they're sick of his shit, it feels like.
I'm
in
not
this
gonna
movie.
lie. At least in the after just seeing the first like 10 minutes of this movie, I would be giving my parents some shit as well.
Oh, it goes back
Like-
and forth, yeah.
I
Motherfucker
mean,
gave him $7.
who sends their child to a party he doesn't even want to go to, but at an amusement park with money that he can't now do anything with?
Here's
What's he
$7,
gonna do at,
dude.
at an amusement
Have
park?
fun.
yeah.
If you don't have the money for him to go, then he doesn't go.
Again, we're looking at a different period in time. This
I
is
lived in that
the
time.
90s.
think
I did
that-
too,
I,
but
I do think the parents were a little shitty.
but I think they're setting that up
And
too.
he didn't even want to go. That kid was mean to him.
Again, I think it's showing that his parents aren't paying
kid
attention to
sucked
him,
balls.
right? Like,
Yes.
look at in the end when his dad finally comes in
They're shitty. Not paying
to
attention.
talk to
Same thing.
Mr. McIntosh, and he, even says like, I'm missing out on my child's childhood too. I think that's the whole point of the story is they're trying to make it. They didn't do it very well, but
the end of the movie.
The parents are shitty too.
The only literally the best acting and the best scene is the very last scene where they're sitting, and he's like, "I got everything I need right here." And the little kid's almost crying and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. That's what the movie's about. And then you don't realize till the fucking end that that's what the fucking movie's about.
Very true. Where to watch this? If you have a subscription to Disney Plus, you can watch it on there. It is not free anywhere. It should be, but also you could rent it on Google Play, Amazon, Apple TV, YouTube, and Vudu.
Voodoo.
Written by Blake Snyder and Colby Carr. Directed by Rupert Wainwright. His only other direction has been music videos.
That's
Sounds like
fair.
fun.
I guess.
Have
Maybe
you watched the movie? I feel like
super fast. There's some
Fair.
weird shots that are like off
fair
center.
direction. No one was going to hire him for another movie after this
this
one.
is so
After
like
the smash hit.
the music scenes that
Yeah.
were in this.
Well, the
This
shopping
all felt
spree
straight out of the 90s, like a
the
Blade
movie
or
starts like
something.
it's going to
It
be like
is.
a
thriller.
like a Terminator or like a Rocky like flick.
What's the one where not Tommy Lee, U.S. Marshals, Tommy Lee Jones.
yeah.
I was like on the train tracks. I'm like, all right, this is
Yeah.
and then it's like, hey, we're gonna go to this theme park. $7. All right, fuck it. Going on one ride. Thanks, Dad.
How does that get you that many tokens?
The 90s, man.
How did
Business
that
was
up?
booming. I don't know. The dollar spent more back then.
$1 per token.
But the heart and soul behind this movie is just having a shit ton of money as a kid and just doing whatever you want. That's what it is.
Question about that amusement park. Why did you fucking need tokens to get on a ride?
yeah, that
You're
was
paying
it
to
was
get
more
in.
like a fair vibe than it was an amusement park.
In California, there's places.
I was
like
gonna
that.
say it's like I've been to a lot of theme parks where you pay to get in, but you also have to pay per ride.
That's fucking dumb.
but that's
Well, but
just
then
the
you
way
don't
it is.
pay
good.
as much to get in as you do at like King's Dominion,
Well, that was the thing. I remember
which
going.
then you don't pay per ride.
I remember going to King's Dominion for the first time, or a Six Flags place, or Florida, and you pay to get in, and all of a sudden it's like you can go on anything. You don't have to pay,
Yeah.
you don't have to get tokens. Like that was weird to me. So
I agree. I was the same way when I was younger. In
Right,
My first
so-
amusement park.
Things
Well,
have changed since the early '90s.
Because like before that, you're really only going to like fairs and stuff where you need not tokens but tickets. You
get
have to
on
have a certain
anything.
amount
Same,
of tickets.
yeah,
for
and the same
certain rides.
idea, right? So yeah, ipso facto.
I'm your boss.
So,
This is rated PG for
Ipso.
language and for some threatening situations.
Yeah.
Probably, the
Predatory
part
ones.
where the dude's hanging out the
She
side.
touched my no square.
The dude's hanging out the side of the car, and he says, "Your butt is mine" twice.
Oh yeah.
What?
Whatever.
See, you didn't even pay attention.
That's bad in a lot of ways.
no, I already told you.
I love how they
What's your next
stereotype
pick?
the shit out of juice.
I'm not sure.
Good. I'm not gonna pay attention to it.
That's okay.
Okay. Cool.
Oh my god. Shots
I'm
fired.
joking, Jesus Christ.
Personal
God.
shots over here.
Nobody can take my comedy seriously. Ken.
I mean, I paid attention to it, but I was not happy about it either.
I think
Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
So you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
Was it when you first watched it? Were you a child?
I was younger.
So did you enjoy it then? Or do you even remember like being like, all right, yeah.
I think when I was younger, I was probably like, ooh, he's got all this money. Like, that's cool. And now I'm watching it and I'm going, this movie is stupid. None of this makes any sense.
Not being a sexist question, but
Here we
Good
go.
start.
usually means-
Strong
Here
start.
we go.
if that was a woman character, would it have changed the movie for you?
Yeah, I
Preston?
would have felt more rapey.
Not that part. I'm saying
Or
yeah.
take out the ending. Take out the ending. I'm saying the idea of it being a woman,
getting
would that be
weird now.
more appealing to you when you were a kid? Like, obviously.
But I'm
right?
saying I think it was appealing when I was a kid because of just the, if I had $1 million. I don't think it matters what boy or girl. I think it was as a kid, yeah, if I had $1 million, cool. Now that I'm watching it now, I'm not just looking at he has $1 million. I'm looking at every other aspect of the movie. You can't ignore them now.
Well,
So
yeah.
like, I like,
Well, there,
when you're
tru-
little, you're not paying attention to all that, the underlying shit.
trust me, I have many problems with this movie as well. This is not like, oh my god, this is the best movie I've ever seen. Yeah, top 10, whatever. This is a shitty movie, but we know I love shitty movies.
And this is fucking cool as a kid. When you were a kid. It was
And
fucking
exactly,
cool.
the main
I thought it was
story
cool.
here is, what
I
would you
still
do with $1
don't think
million
it's bad.
when you're 10 years old? Like that's
It's not a
I
fucking
honestly-
blockbuster movie. It's a fucking
It's not a
Disney
blockbuster.
shit fun
So,
movie. That's
when
all
I
it is.
first watched it today, though, I thought maybe I didn't remember how it ended because they kind of set it up like it was going to be a dream. how he like went to bed
Okay,
and then
with
like
them,
it just kind of faded
Fades, yeah.
into all of a sudden him on the bike going to the bank and sees the house. You know what I mean? Like you didn't see anything else from him going to sleep, and then all of a sudden he was on the way to the bank.
True.
So like it
Movie
felt
theory.
like it was going to then be like, oh, he woke up, like because it was
Right.
gonna be one of those ones like, what have I done? Oh my god. And then you wake up, it's like, thank goodness, like it was just a dream. That's what it felt like it was gonna be like.
Gotcha.
And then it ended, and I was like, oh, I guess it wasn't. Because I couldn't remember how exactly
Yeah.
it ended. But I was like, oh, I guess it wasn't a dream. I would have preferred if it was.
How long do you think it took?
To
To-
what?
to
To
what?
spend it all?
Yeah.
Like
Six
how many
days.
time frame?
6 days, it says.
Yeah, this
What's
movie
oh,
takes.
he
5
does
days.
say- he
So
does
this
say
is
6 days,
another-
yeah.
How do you spend blah 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 blah?
In 6 days or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the main problem I have with this movie. How does all of that happen within 6 days?
I mean,
Money.
Yeah.
But
Money is
a lot of it was already happening, but yeah.
how does he get all those Coca-Colas and Oreos and things delivered
You throw
in
money
a
at
day?
him.
Okay, how did he get a custom boxing fucking
Money's not an
jacket
option.
that said Presto on the back?
I don't know, man.
But that's what I'm
He
saying.
did.
They
He
spelled
just
his
did.
name wrong.
Were you gonna show in a movie a kid waiting for that shit?
Well, no, I get it. I'm just
You
saying,
know?
like, logistically,
Yeah,
Orders
7
it
to 10
on
days.
Yeah. Back in the day, he's fucking like Sears catalog.
Also, that
gotta
dude
write
Juice
in for
was
that.
was like a bad guy right out the gate, like checking out every woman walking in a thing, and then he bumps into the kid and yells at
Talk
him,
about stereotyping.
and he's
for a
like,
fucking
"But here's the other thing:
character. What
aren't
the
you
fuck?
supposed to be in school?" First of all, no, it's the beginning of August. He's not supposed to be in school.
well, he doesn't know because he's a
Was he in school at the
a
beginning of August?
degenerate?
he doesn't know. Maybe he
He's
didn't
a
go to school.
degen.
From up country. What?
They could have shortened this movie by easily 20 minutes by cutting out that entire conversation. But
they
shortening
can't, 'cause it
that
needs to be 90 minutes.
Entire conversation with him and Bitterman or whatever.
Could have got an hour.
Chicken in the pot. Like he says like 3 different things, and they just keep showing the kids
That's-
skipping. Like they just keep going back and forth.
That was their moment to show how he was, like how his personality was, because they didn't really.
But do you
they
know
showed
what
him
I
being
mean?
a puss,
Like-
but then they showed him kind of being a nitwit. That was him being a fucking nitwit.
But do you know what I mean though? Like why did he need to say 3 different
to show that
types
he's
of
a
like
fucking
metaphors?
dumbass.
And they had to show the kid in between every single metaphor skipping down the street.
Yeah. It's just how uncomfortable that moment was when he was like, Juice walks in, he's like, doesn't want to openly admit to someone he's not sure of that this is an illegal process that's about to happen.
Everything's all good here.
Yeah.
Also, I'm certain that if I was that bank teller, I wouldn't even have taken him upstairs. I would have been like, this is absurd.
Well, I think that's why she did it. Like, she
I would've
says, "Oh,
thought
we
it
got a
was a joke.
jokester here,
Yeah.
right?"
Yeah,
And she's no,
You could pick
whatever.
this apart. I'm
All right,
pretty sure
fine.
you can't cash out
$1 million.
$1 million.
It probably has to be a cashier's note or something.
They,
or,
I'm pretty sure they
yeah.
have to pull it from other
Wire
banks.
transfer or
There's a
something.
limit.
Well,
You also need an
had
ID.
had she not taken him upstairs, because
you
upstairs
need an
that
ID to
cash was
buy
not
a
in
house?
any account, it was in a safe. But had the teller
Right. See? Doesn't make any
looked
sense.
into a bank account, that it obviously didn't exist. If
Maybe
she had
back in
tried
the
to
day,
cash
things were
that,
different. Maybe they were different. Probably not.
Well, no,
but-
it said make it out to cash. It didn't say his name, so he doesn't need an ID. In the 90s, it's different.
maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I never
Maybe.
cashed a check in the 90s that I can remember about.
Yeah, right. I mean, either.
that money still had to come from someone else's account, is what I'm saying.
well,
The money was there.
It didn't though. This is the whole thing
No,
about
no, no.
it.
I'm saying if she had looked
Okay,
instead of
touche.
taking him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think again plausibility here, right? If this was
This is not a plausible.
hold on, if there wasn't a backstage deal going on with this guy who just broke out of prison and had his money there as being laundered in the safe, I mean, obviously it's
This
not going to
doesn't
happen,
happen.
right? Because she'd be like, okay, funny, he takes him upstairs, she takes him upstairs. All right, obviously you're not getting $1 million. Let me see your ID. But it's the circumstantial evidence of everything happening in line with everything where it just kind of works, right? Like,
Isn't laundering when you're integrating money, cash money back into circulation?
so
Isn't it
laundering money is
technically?
basically saying, all right, I just made all this money off illegal whatever because
Yeah,
everything's
and then
marked.
you
need
I'm
legal
going to
bills.
back into
either
circulation.
I'm either going to give you so much money through the bank and they give me fresh bills, or I buy stuff with it and I sell stuff to it to
Sure.
get it through that.
Haven't
thought
you
it was-
watched Good Girls?
I'm pretty sure laundering you can't just give to a bank. I'm pretty sure that's not
Well-
essentially
Well,
laundering.
but
You
he
give them
put
a
it
cut
in
of
the
it.
he put it in the safe. Technically, didn't like.
Yeah, but you don't launder never mind.
You don't launder legally through a bank.
Yeah,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
But if you want to do it,
We're all taking it too far. I just thought I'd show it.
what I'm saying is, if you want to launder through a bank, you give them a cut, and then they obviously do
Whoever you want.
illegal
Swap it
stuff.
out.
Right.
Laundromat.
What I'm
Launder
trying to
money.
say is,
That's where it came from. Because a lot of times laundromats is who was doing
if
it.
this guy didn't have whatever deal in place with the
Secret
bank
full
manager with his money in the safe already, the kid was not getting that money. And
Yeah.
also, that money's marked by the FBI. We see that, right? When the guy, when he buys a house straight cash, because you don't need an ID to buy a house apparently with cash. You don't need to buy
You
anything
also
with
don't
ID.
need to be older than 18, apparently, like
Look.
as I thought.
cash.
buy a
Right? You don't
house.
even need a last name. You just need one name to buy a house. Apparently, Macintosh.
Well, that technically last name only gave him a last name, no first name.
How do you feel?
Are
about
you sure
phones
that's-
nowadays?
They called him Mr. Macintosh.
yeah, but people call me Mr. Steve.
I feel.
Do they?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm gonna start calling you Mr. Steve.
well, you,
I-
to
yeah.
his son all the time, Mr. Steve. You say
That's
that
a
all the time.
child. Another
He's a
adult doesn't
child.
Call you. They're calling him Mr.
because
He's
they
only-
only
he's
have
only,
their
he's
name.
only ever called you Steve.
True.
Yeah, he's straight.
But
you
what I'm
guys
saying,
are like you guys
you-
are thick as thieves, man.
Yeah, me and him. But fucking, yeah. What I'm saying,
Mr.
you would always say, "Oh, Mr. Steve's coming over," or this or that. I remember.
It's
that.
always been Uncle Steve.
No, I've heard you say Mr.
I have
Steve.
an uncle, and he also.
I might have
plays
said it.
drums.
I might
It
have
don't
said that,
matter.
but it's usually Uncle Steve.
Semantics.
Either or, this movie's not like if you're trying to explain this beginning, it's not feasible. Stars had to align so much in
Well, that's
this
what I'm.
Yeah.
for it to work out. I think that's what you're trying to say in a nutshell.
Well, yeah, and it's a movie. It's a Disney movie for kids. Obviously,
Exactly.
I think they went above and beyond to try to make it seem like, oh yeah, this could actually happen if all these things align properly.
He should have just found a fucking shit ton of money and
Just
something
in a
in a
sewer?
random
Did
place.
I miss why an FBI agent was working at the bank in the first place?
Because they
Probably
knew
trying to
he
catch
was
him.
laundering
Who he?
money.
He
The,
who?
the bank manager.
Bitterman.
Yeah.
So they weren't going after the bad guy; they were going after the bank
Well,
manager.
I think it was all interconnected, and again, we might be looking too
because that
deep
guy
into it.
just
You might
got
be
out
right.
of jail, and she had a flyer outside and everything, so she's been working there.
Well, and that's the thing too, right? Like, did this all just happen to happen this week?
Also, what bank teller has flyers outside?
The 90s, man. Come on.
Like, and she's the only. They were only her.
Yeah, why didn't I see the lady with the pearls? Why didn't she have a fucking poster?
Because it wouldn't have been as fucking cool.
Because no one would have grabbed that one.
Exactly.
That's fucked up.
That's
Everybody
hilarious.
is just as good as
Imagine
anybody.
them, they're back like sitting at the lunch table on like lunch break, and it's just like a bunch of angry ass old woman and
And
one
then her.
hot one with a bowl cut, and
Right.
they're like, "Fuck that bitch," her and her sexy fire.
It's just even when they,
She just started
but
here
like
for some
even
reason.
when they have that conversation at the
kind of
end
name is
where they're
Shay?
talking about like going on a date in 10 years or 5 years or 7 years or
Said
6 years, 6
Yeah,
would still
I
make
know, I
him
did the math.
17,
I was
and
like,
she would be 36 years old.
Did she say how old she was?
It says 30 in the description of the movie, so
Well,
I don't know.
Look,
But
That's
she's
all we
an
have to
FBI,
go
yeah.
off of is 30.
I'd date an older woman.
If you're an FBI agent, you have to go through some stuff to get there. So 30 is a decent assumption.
Yeah. But again, she could have said, I'm 30, but in reality, she's not because she's playing an
Well, I
FBI.
don't even know if she ever said. It's just when you in the movie, when you like in articles for the movie, it says a 30-year-old FBI agent.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So-
The movie itself doesn't say it, but description.
I don't think that she ever says it.
I got you. Blank Check is starring Brian Bosnell. Bonsall? Bonsall.
Who I'm pretty sure
Bonsall.
only did
Bonsall.
movies as a
Oh, is
child.
that
Bonsall.
He's got it.
I think he only
Preston.
did movies as a child.
Karen Duffy is Shay Stanley. James Rebhorn is Fred, the dad. I don't know what's going on here. Miguel Ferrer as Quigley. Michael Lerner as Biederman. And Tony Locke is Juice.
These are all like 90s
Oh, yeah.
B-roll guys.
If
too.
that.
This whole movie.
If B-roll.
Yeah. All, like the whole movie is.
Because
I mean-
I'm not sure I've seen her or
he a rapper?
Juice in other movies.
I thought
before.
I thought I saw like Juice
Definitely
in, like,
the parents.
So
definitely the parents have been
Karen Duffy's been in
in
a lot of
multiple
stuff.
things. Has she?
We'll get
She's
to it
not
later.
good.
Is that the mom? Who's the? Is that
No,
Shay?
that's
Shay.
the agent.
Oh, but the bowl cut.
She wasn't good.
It was weirdly hot.
But would you be acting your ass off or putting in work for this movie?
No, you do it for every movie. It's called
You're
worth
supposed
ethic.
to.
Worth
You're
ethic.
supposed to do it for every
You
movie.
got you're an
Listen,
agent. Hold
I
on.
play
Put
the
your
same
all
way at
into
a
this
dead
scene.
show as I do with 100 people in front of me. So.
Your agent gets
for
you
you.
this this
What's
job,
up?
right? And
Yeah.
you get on set, you're like, all right, cool, it'll be cool Disney movie, whatever. You don't read the fucking script.
I'm pretty
'cause
sure
you
I
don't
also
care.
wouldn't have taken a movie where I have to kiss an Olympic.
What I'm saying is, you don't read the script, and you also might not have control of what you book. So you get in there,
So
and
you're
all of a
saying
sudden,
she just didn't put the effort in.
maybe
She
not.
mailed it
Could have been a
in.
Maybe
paycheck. Who
not.
knows?
That's what I'm saying. Hey, everybody does something. You gonna kiss a 10-year-old kid for a Disney Channel movie?
No, I will
Well, at
not.
the time, it was Bona Vista Entertainment.
Yeah, the funny thing about
Bona
this is you can't
Vista.
ask that question to any of the dudes at this table.
This is true. Nope. This is very true.
Because what's up?
You gonna kiss a 10-year-old boy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Excuse me. What?
You asked the question. I don't know. Runtime 94 minutes. Apparently, way too long for Tara.
94
I'm
minutes.
just
too
saying
long.
there were some things that like felt like they were just
You think it's perfect timing, don't you?
dragging.
Randall, hit
I
me
don't
with
think
an-
it's perfect timing, but movies like this are always 90 minutes, right? They have to hit that quota almost, it feels like. And if it's under,
You're
then
like not
it's,
going to release a movie for an hour.
right.
You got it. I mean,
It's gotta
unless
be an
it's
hour
one
and a
of
half.
those,
Show at
unless
that
it's
point.
one of those old Disney cartoon movies or
Right,
something. but-
exactly. So in that period, like think of all the movies that are around this that feel the same. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
Who's that
Straight up
to?
regrets.
Intrusive thoughts.
So 90 minutes, obviously. This is
Anyways.
94 minutes, apparently too long for anybody. It was released on February 11th, 1994.
Oof. Kindergarten. First grade. Kindergarten.
Randall wasn't born.
Maybe preschool.
Randall wasn't
Randall
even
wasn't
a
born.
I
thought.
was a seaman. That's what I was.
Yeah,
No,
you weren't
you
even.
wouldn't even been that.
What?
Oh, it could have been.
When's your
No.
birthday?
How long does semen last
I
for?
don't fucking
How
know.
long does
No,
swim?
that seemed that you were not seeing.
Why
No.
does this always have to get technical?
That's almost. That's
Just take it for what it
at
was.
least a year and a half
How
before
long
you
does
were
semen
born.
last?
How old were you? When's your birthday?
We
August
asked the important
95.
questions here.
Yeah, that was a year and a
I'm
half
looking it up.
before you were born.
I'm going to guess
Oh, yeah.
90
You weren't
days.
even conceived. That's
like inside
Maybe
the
he was
body.
celibate.
No,
That's
that's
almost
so.
gone.
How long does semen
Who was celibate?
male
Stay in
body?
your body?
Who was
Male
celibate?
body? Because if you
That-
say
yeah,
female
stay
body,
in your body. That'd be weird.
we're-
My
we-
dad, he was celibate. Who knows?
And he didn't jerk off or nothing? Sure.
Maybe.
so wait, you've had this conversation with your dad.
No.
Well, then how do you know?
I'm just. I'm
All right,
just
read it.
joking.
Read it.
I don't have all of it yet, but vaginal sex.
Okay.
No, you're not anywhere else.
Strong
Just
start.
make sure to say, yeah, you're not somewhere. Yeah. Anyways,
Does
it's
it last less in other places?
it does.
Oh.
It does. I lost my place.
Probably lasts
pushing
less
it
on
out.
the surface.
So it
Like
said
on-
22 minutes earlier. Hold on, I lost
inside of a
it.
girl.
And a vagine?
You got a 22-minute window to
Keep going.
get
Keep
in.
going. I'm
Listen,
gonna find
there's
all
a
this.
reason that guys can donate sperm every day. Like you're like
They
it's
freeze it.
it's consistently rolling through your body. So
Oh wait, this is telling how long is too long to have sex. This is not.
No, you
right.
want to know how
You'll know when it's too
long
long.
does what's a life cycle of a
Oh, that's because
sperm?
I spelled semen with a W. Swimming.
oh my god.
Semen, swimming.
Fat thumbs.
I mean, they are swimmers.
Oh,
Yeah, it says depends on circumstances.
sorry.
Several days within a female.
Right, but we want to know life cycle of a semen
And
in
it's
Inside
a
a man.
male.
Decades
Well-
when frozen. Hold on, I'm
He's going
all of them.
through the list.
Outside the body. 15 to 30 minutes not in a vagina.
So, out.
So like just
it
on a
just goes
surface.
anywhere.
Yep.
But how long in the testes?
In the right conditions. Apparently, if it's too warm, they die quicker.
So if you're jerking off outside in the
I think so.
summertime,
Yeah. Oh!
instant death to the sperm.
It takes about 15 to 45 minutes for it to reach the
74
egg.
days.
That's wild. 74
FYI.
days in.
I
Did you
got,
just look at
I
me
got
like I
it
didn't know
in
the answer to
fucking
that?
1 second.
So Randy,
I
technically,
want all of it. You want specific answers.
Yeah, we
I'm
just
gonna
did
be-
it-
I'm
we
going
just
to
did it
be
in the
finally
test
educated.
You were not even a sperm. Your sperm was gone. Over and
74
over and time again, your sperm was gone.
What kind of questions are these? This is so the random genuine. It's like, does semen die when it hits the air? What happens if you leave sperm on your skin? How long does sperm survive on a normal surface? Does it take a full load to get pregnant? to get pregnant?
does it take a full
So
load?
random questions.
You know
Speaking
what? I'm
of
sure
random
a lot
questions.
of those questions are men searching them, making sure they don't accidentally get somebody pregnant.
Probably.
Honest to God.
Speaking of random questions, it's time for the TV and movie trivia. It's my pick this week because it's my movie. I'm going to ask you guys a question from the TV and movie
Wait, hold on.
trivia card.
Where's my thingy?
It should be in there. And
Did you look before you asked?
This one's
I
dead.
was in the middle of
Oh, wait.
looking. Mom, Jesus
You just
Christ.
write on
It's locked.
Oh, you're
It's
locked.
It was locked.
Okay. Are you ready?
Doom, doom, doom. Hit the button.
Only one
Steve.
person will get this. There's no button for this
Doom, doom,
until I'm
doom,
done
doom, doom.
reading. Who played the British Prime Minister in Love Actually?
Oh, I have no
Nope,
idea.
that's
Oh,
not it.
oh, yeah, I do. Okay, okay,
it
you're
is.
right.
Who played the British Prime Minister in Love Actually? I'm trying to give you help. British. Think British 90s movie star. British. I'll give you a hint.
No.
I'm not giving you a hint. Maybe a diary, like a book, something. I don't know.
Because that you assume he'd know that?
I kind of think he would have
Frank?
seen British.
Yes, exactly.
Didn't say male.
Yep. Anne Frank was the answer. No, I was saying Bridget Jones's Diary. I'm assuming
he
you've
was in
heard
that.
of.
He was
That's
in-
my name.
Steve M.
That's wrong. Bill Clinton. We're looking for the actor, not. Tara, hold it
Who
up.
plays Alfred?
Hugh Grant is the correct.
No, who plays Alfred?
In which movie?
James Bond.
Nope. Nope.
In which
Which
Batman movie?
Batman?
The one with Dark Knight. Is fucking. What is his goddamn name?
Oh, the one from Miss Congeniality?
No, Michael Caine.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael
Yes.
Caine.
Yeah, there we go. Couldn't think of it.
Not Michael Caine. Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Am I supposed to finish my drink? Is that what? Is that
Yeah, I mean, it's full. Up to you, buddy.
Wait, did I lose Steve?
You lost.
What did
put
you
Bill
write?
Clinton.
I didn't see what you wrote.
He
What'd
wrote
you
my
write?
name.
That's Steve M. Just
That's wrong.
Good luck.
down the hatch.
Down
I
the
just
hatch.
opened this.
I did too.
Big gulp. How about that? A big gulp. Big. You don't got to do the whole thing. Just big gulp. That's all I hear. While you guys are doing that, box office that week, the top 10. Please stop. Number 10. In the Name of Our Father.
Sugar
I
high.
think you both are crying. Are you crying?
What's-
It was just him.
I was gonna give me gout.
Everything.
That's what tea gives you. Tea and lots of meat give you gout.
Oh, goddamn. Then I'm going to have gout because I drink teas all day.
I drink green tea all day.
Drink that green tea all goddamn day. All right. Top 10 that week.
The
Number
King's
10.
disease.
In the Name of Our Father.
No idea.
Proud
Art
of
and
heaven.
I feel like this is so old era, like this era that we won't know as many.
What are we doing right now?
Top 10 that week. Number 9. Grumpy Old Men.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
These
know
are
that.
so good.
Number 8.
Just in case.
My Father, the Hero.
Never.
Number 7. Philadelphia.
Oh,
You right over there?
that's a one.
Choking on a.
What big Disney movie was in '94? Wasn't there a big Disney movie in '94?
Not
Well,
Blank
Lion
Check.
King was 93, right? So that would have been right there. Tarzan was
Was
94.
Adam?
Toy Story is
What
95.
was 94?
No. Lion King. No, 92 was Aladdin.
Lion King
And
was
then-
95, I thought.
Maybe
I know,
you might be
like
right.
the Toy Story. I thought was that might. have
Oh,
been 90.
Tarzan was like 98 or 99.
Tarzan was later, yeah.
Yeah.
You go ahead, I'll do this.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Number 6. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello there.
Can I say?
Toy Story was also 95.
Yeah, Toy Story.
That was
95.
close.
I want to say one thing about
Aladdin
Mrs.
was 92.
So, okay, I got that. Lion King was what then? 93? 94?
Pocahontas 95. It's going through.
Lion King was definitely 93 then.
Wasn't that another story where Pocahontas was like in real life? Wasn't she like fucking 13 years old?
Yeah.
And John Smith like a big old dirty
Guess
Englishman.
guess when Lady and the Tramp came out.
89? 85.
Okay, when?
55.
Bullshit.
1955.
Jesus Christ.
Lady and the Tramp.
No,
What am I
dude,
thinking of?
Yeah,
that's
it
my
did.
I'm
favorite
thinking,
one.
what's the Fox and the Hound?
Fox and the Hound is old too, but not that
Not that
old.
old. Okay.
Alice in Wonderland,
Oh, that's
51.
50s. Yeah, that's
51.
definitely- Snow White, definitely there too.
Jungle Book, 67. Dumbo, 1941.
It's wild,
Yeah.
right?
That was
Isn't
the
it?
first one,
Isn't
right?
that
Wasn't it
crazy?
the first
Dumbo
one?
was, well,
No,
Like
well,
the
the first
first.
ones were the
Steamboat Willie.
yeah.
Oh. So they call me in jail.
Peter Pan, also 53.
What was
1953.
Half Baked, the fucking chipmunk guy? What the fuck was his name?
Oh.
Leo from that 70s show.
I know
Obviously, Cheech and
exactly.
Chong.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Something Master, right?
Only thing that ever
Balto.
the only thing that ever pops in my mind about that movie is when he's talking to the horse and the black lady walks by. You know what I mean?
Or the horse just farts and falls over because he fed it like pizza and shit.
Here, I'll play it because
Have
we
you seen
can't
Half
say it.
Baked?
Lion King is 94.
Don't play that.
It's on my
Don't
phone.
play that.
Stop! It's on my
I will-
phone. You are a baby.
Lion
will
King.
fuck-
Lion King was 94. Steve.
Yeah, you believe it. You know what it comes in.
94, is that what I was
just typed
saying?
in
Yeah.
Lion
Beauty
King.
and the Beast 91. Aladdin 92. Lion King 94.
I think I played
Toy
this on the
Story
podcast
95. Pocahontas 95.
Is Lion King gonna come up?
I already said.
Did you? I wasn't
94.
listening. I'm sorry.
Get ready on the bleep.
Same year.
Get ready on the bleep, Steve.
All right, here we go.
Hey, girl. You hungry?
I almost got it.
Hold on.
You got the second one. So that's good.
It's he's talking to the horse. Hey, girl, you hungry? And a black girl walks by.
Dude, I feel like if he saw Half Baked, I don't think he'd like it though. I feel like
I
it'd
don't
be
think he
just
would
like
either.
this. But that movie's so funny.
Yeah,
I
fuck
don't
you.
think so.
You probably haven't seen. You would know if you've seen that movie.
It's hilarious. It fucking makes me cry. It's got Dave Chappelle in it.
That's why I said you don't.
Yeah.
It's also got Jim Brewer in it.
That's your man's.
Not anymore. Oh my God, he went
What
off
happened?
the deep end and into
did
the
he?
Trump land. He's now performing for like conservative like rallies.
That's what I do on my free time.
Conservative rally.
That's your new job you got, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
That's the new. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking put on my hat and go my red hat and go run around like
That's what they're
shit.
training him for. That's why his training is so extensive. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things you can and can't
Cybersecurity.
do.
It's all full of subliminal messages.
That's funny. Anyways, what I wanted to say about Mrs. Doubtfire before we get off that is
What number was that?
number 6.
Oh,
Is Pierce Bronson not like getting
Brosnan.
fucked up? Brosnan.
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 Is Pierce getting fucked over in that movie? Like,
I feel like he
Robin-
gets fucked over in most of his movies.
I feel like he's also kind of a douche, though.
but not in that movie.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like
No,
he'd be
he's
like
not.
a coolest
Yeah, I think
dude to
he is.
hang out with.
Robin Williams is a douche in that movie. He
I think
can't
they're
let
both
go.
douches.
No, but what is he doing? He's just trying to hang out with a new lady and like get to know them and like.
But he oversteps too early, is what I'm saying.
I gotta watch that
But
one.
they're
again. It's
old.
been a while since I watched that one.
they're
So?
dating and they're old. You want to
They're not
go
that
through.
old.
Yeah, I mean,
We have
looking-
friends
be.
who are divorced, redating again.
playing divorced guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whatever. Number 5. One of the most happy movies I've ever seen. Schindler's List.
Oh God,
Oh my god.
that stuff is so fucking stupid.
Have you seen Schindler's List?
No.
Do you know what it's about?
I know what it's about.
What is it about? Cheetos?
It's about the list that Schindler had. Duh.
Yeah. Duh.
Context clues? Dumbass.
God, Steve.
But what's on that list, Randy?
I don't know, Steve.
He's making
I'm
a
Stop
list.
picking on him.
He's checking it. Probably
That's-
only
I mean,
once.
he-
He didn't check it.
That's
He
probably
doesn't
not the best song to
care.
sing
No, he
about
didn't-
that.
He didn't care.
I bet you he checked it more than once.
Probably not.
Why not? Because
Because he
probably-
didn't care. Why?
No, he did care.
No, but I'm saying like
He was
Let's
making
move
sure
on.
they're all dead.
What's
Number
next?
4.
Hmm?
My Girl 2.
My girl.
my girl.
Talking about.
Talking about.
All right, top 3 that week in no particular order. Then we have to guess the actual order.
I don't think I ever saw My Girl 2. Just the first one.
The Getaway. Blank Check.
I don't.
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Blank
Ooh.
Check was in the top 3 for real.
Blank at the bottom, ace at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
What is The Getaway? Why am I blanking on that, though?
Hey, we don't-
Does anyone
I'll
else
look
know?
it up. I got it.
Okay.
I don't know, but they're trying to get away.
I think they might be
I
getting
think
away.
they
Like
might
a
be.
car, I believe there's a
Trying to
car
get away.
chase in there.
But like, what are they getting away
You don't say.
from?
It's Alec
Is it a
Baldwin. It's Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger.
Bassinger? Bassinger?
Basinger.
How do you say it?
Basinger.
Passenger? Is that from 94?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm sure there's more than one. The
I don't
Getaway.
remember that one, but I'm gonna agree with Wally said.
Sure, it is number 1, Ace Ventura. Number 2, The Getaway. Number 3, Blank Check. Come on.
Come on,
Come on, son.
come on.
Yeah.
I got a package, people.
Although I disagree with Blank Check even being in the top 3.
kind of agree with that.
I'm
but
pretty sure
looking
I
at
wouldn't
that top
want my
10,
kid to see a movie about winning
yeah, but
money.
look at the movies that came out around there. You know what I mean? Like
There weren't any
kid-
kid movies to take them to see, is what
well,
you're saying?
that, and I'm saying like
That's a
the type of
Doubtfire
movies
was in
around
there.
there.
Yeah.
Well, that's Miss Doubtfire. Is
How
that a
many
kids
weeks
movie?
out? How many weeks out was that though from these other ones?
A bit if it was number 6. I
Yeah,
only do the
'cause
top
Doubtfire
3
was-
with that,
yeah.
I agree with her. Like, why blank checks in this doesn't make a lot of sense.
It does not.
Unless it's like you're saying, like, what else would they have taken their kids to around this time frame?
How much
Right.
did it cost to make this movie? $1 million.
Well, guess what? We're at the budget time. What do we think it costs?
It ain't much.
I have no idea. I
no
do
way.
know that I haven't seen that kid in anything outside of being a kid.
He has been arrested a couple times.
Cool. So in a mugshot, maybe somewhere.
that's what
Oh,
I'm
he
saying.
stole money.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Domestic abuse.
$1 million,
I'm
probably.
gonna go. I'm gonna
Ooh.
go. I'm gonna go. Fucking $7 million.
$7 million.
I'm going low.
Okay.
It is 90s.
4.
Oh.
It's low.
Four
It wasn't really
million.
anything crazy, I don't feel like, in this movie.
I feel like they've just found all this shit in someone's house already.
I'll say 6 million.
They found a millionaire and they just used his
Just
house,
fucking, yeah.
used his backyard.
I think it barely
You got a
cost
go-kart
more
track?
than the
All
$1
right.
million that the kids spent. I think it was
So-
$6 million.
I am starting to guess for these.
Oh, yeah.
Did you write it down earlier?
I did.
Prior?
I guessed 10 million. I
Okay.
figured like it's a Disney movie. Bona Vista's behind it. Maybe they would pump up a little bit with it. So I'm
Bona
thinking
Vista.
maybe they do some stuff. So actual budget, $13 million.
Everyone has
Should've said 11 like it wanted to.
Everyone says this every time.
Now there is a lot of product placement in this, right? But that to me is not budget. That's the product paying to
Yo,
be
how,
in. the
how about
movie,
that fucking Rubbermaid trash can of ice cream?
right?
How much fun would that
Oh
be?
my god!
Well,
when
if you're not
he
gonna eat
tasted
this,
it with a
don't put it
finger
to
and was
waste.
like, "It's pretty close," I was like, "What did you taste? Like a layer?" Like,
Also-
that?
Also,
how could you
Neapolitan
possibly
my
have known?
ass.
how much would it cost to get what is that, a 30-gallon fucking trash can?
I don't know. Where do you even get that at?
Well, also, when you go to an ice cream store, that's all they got.
Did you guys ever, as
Give me
kids,
everything.
get the Neapolitan and fucking stir it all together? Did you guys ever try that?
No.
No.
It's
Is it-
fucking
the
weird.
Neapolitan says strawberry, chocolate, and
Yeah,
vanilla.
you ever watch Scarface? You ever watch Scarface?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'll refrain. That's how I learned about
Say
Neapolitan ice
hello.
cream.
So on that,
I like kids.
on that note,
I like ice cream.
one of
Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, Neapolitan.
That's actually pretty good.
one of
Neapolitan, huh?
Crumble cookies this week is a Neapolitan cookie.
Ooh. Sorry.
And it's a chocolate cookie with like a vanilla cookie also kind of like in the middle of it, and then a strawberry like icing on top
When we
of
went and
it.
saw Ant-Man, how many milkshakes did you get?
Too.
Dude,
Oh,
I was
thought you
sitting
got
there,
3.
and I
was
swear to
like-
God, I saw 7 people
I-
walk by me with milkshakes, and
I
I
thought
looked
you got
back,
like 3
and
or 4. I was
No, I
like,
only got
Jesus,
2.
Tara's
Was there people
fucking-
besides you getting milkshakes?
Yeah, but I
Hope
I
she's
mean, we
not
all had
lactose
milkshakes.
intolerant.
Carrick had one also.
So you each had 2.
No, he only had
I
one.
hope she's
And you
not
had one.
lactose
I had 2.
intolerant.
You had 2.
Are you saying
And Carrick
toast?
had one.
What did you?
Lactose.
I got the mint one, the
Lactose.
grasshopper, but mine
Lactose.
was alcoholic. Yeah.
Saying
And then what was the
It
other?
had creme de menthe and something else in it.
What was the other one?
Carrick got the orange, the one that was on the little special
The
card.
sickle
Sure.
one. The
It
It was
orange
like an
sickle.
orange
But then
one.
you got another one.
I got the same thing twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you sucked it down so quick.
Those fucking wings were banging.
They were. I can't even. We went and saw Ant-Man at
The Alamo.
the
Alamo.
DC Alamo.
I gave it a fucking 6-7 right out the gate real quick.
6.7.
6-7.
I give it a 5.5, 6.
I'm gonna go with fucking 6.
I'm still digesting this movie. It wasn't good. But it wasn't.
I felt like it was just too. There was too
I think
much
it's
going
the best
on.
Ant-Man movie.
No, I think the first one was the best.
I think the first one was better just because
I
there's
thought the
so much
first one
that
was
happens
fucking the worst.
before he
I
becomes
just watched the first
Ant-Man.
one again this weekend after we saw that one. I still enjoy it.
It's 10 times better.
I didn't
10
like that it was like the
times.
entire thing was essentially CGI and stuff like that because they're in the quantum realm the whole movie.
Well, and that was my biggest gripe was
Gripe,
the
that's a
movie
good word.
starts and then you're in the quantum realm because she goes, I fuck around and find out. And then that's it.
Yep.
I thought there was going to be more to the movie.
Nope.
So it just felt like one Star Wars baked
Yeah.
skit of Marvel
And like
goes
there were
to
parts
an-
like I
yeah.
laughed at some parts, but for the most part it wasn't as that kind of entertaining as the other two were for me. Like I felt like there was more of like the light humor in the other ones.
Yeah.
This one had some of that, but not. It was pretty much all like
Hey, if you don't do this
Chaos.
for me, I'm gonna kill your fucking daughter. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Also, how many
Kang.
how many parts in the movie where somebody walking down a hallway with somebody with 2 guards and they just I'm out of it. That kind of irked me.
that's fair.
Just saying. I want.
Darren was probably the funniest part of the movie.
Yeah, I want
That ending,
Which one was Aaron? Was it
The big head.
the
Modoc.
dick,
yeah,
the dick. Oh yeah, sorry, not Darren anymore.
Well, no, he became Darren at the end.
Back
again.
at the end.
Right, right. I don't know. I just felt like there was no stakes. You know what I mean? Like I wanted there to be stakes. Like at the end when spoilers
too
obviously
late.
for a new movie, but when sorry when
I didn't do it. Why the fuck are you looking at me?
when the wasp
redhead.
when the wasp jumps back in
Yeah,
to the quantum realm and saves him, and then
surprise?
and then you know the what would you call that?
The what?
The portal?
The portal.
the
Thank you.
portal.
The portal
Continuum
closes, and you're like, oh my
transfunction.
god, they're fucking, they're stuck. I was like, okay,
Give it a second.
I'm here for that. You know what I mean? Like, cool. The next movie, what's it gonna be? Nah, we're just gonna open it back up. We're good. And I was like, that's fucking cheap. You know? I don't know. I didn't.
good
like
thing
it.
they were able to do that.
Right. I just had to be back in front of it. to turn
Even
it
though
back
all
on.
their stuff got sucked into the thing.
I don't know.
Tara's fucking cheeks are full. What she's saying.
Chipmunk.
A cheat. No, I'm not gonna go there.
Nope.
Box office. What do we think Blank Check made overall in its
12 mil.
run?
Well, now that it's number 3, I feel like my
Number went up a little
I
bit.
changed it a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 17.
17. Randy?
12.
Oh, you said 12.
She didn't answer. Did you answer?
Gotcha.
Did you
Oh
say
no,
it?
you didn't.
She didn't say anything. It was her. Yeah.
She's looking
She's
it
over
up
there
right now.
Yeah,
ordering
she is.
fucking
Not.
Chick-fil-A.
We
Piece
ordered
of shit.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm sending
God,
Carrick,
that sounds
I'm
good.
Order it
sending
for
my
me.
boyfriend Carrick some food.
Send
I'm
it
a
here.
good roommate.
Buy me Chick-fil-A.
You want some?
Weird.
What?
I like waffle fries.
That I'm sending him food, or that
That
I?
you said
That you said
roommate.
roommate.
Yeah,
I mean, they
that's what we
technically
call
are
each- we call each
uncomfortable.
other that.
I mean, I'm a roommate with my wife.
So you should say
Yeah,
my
but you say
roommate
your
Carrick.
fucking. You say your wife or your girlfriend or your
My roommate
I
Carrick.
said my
boyfriend or ass-
boyfriend, and then I said roommate.
I didn't hear that part. I just heard roommate.
Her roommate Carrick.
My roommate.
We split bills and, you know.
You didn't see his.
I like it.
You didn't see his Valentine's Day post to me. He said best roommate ever.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Or something like that. One of the best roommates ever. Or something.
All right.
Yeah.
23.
I guess 25. So not close. Actual box office,
Retail price.
$39 million. Opening weekend, it made 5.4.
Feels like that's too high.
Trash.
Wait, hold on. If I was a kid and I saw
Until
and I saw
Randall
the trailer,
Reviews of Fast and Furious movie with a negative fucking, like a terrible score, your point is invalid. Your
You know what?
scores are invalid, Rand.
I kind of agree with that. Like,
Randall, how excited
can't
did you get
sit
to see
here-
another trailer for that?
When is
He
your
was
what?
excited.
Which one's your favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah.
2.
no, it's the first one.
So you like one with Tyrese?
Yeah.
Over
The
the one.
Ejectocito
Ejectocito
Cuz one?
Cuz.
Yeah.
Ejecto seat, cuz.
Pockets ain't, my pockets ain't empty, cuh.
We hungry.
Look, if you can sit here and say that the Fast and the Furious movies have more
Better than this fucking movie? Yes.
When? Okay.
All of
hold up.
them?
No, not all of them. No.
Where?
Okay,
Which?
all
Which
right,
one?
all right.
This should be
It
Randall's
goes-
thing every week.
Yeah.
It should
Compare
be-
it to the Fast and the Furious.
Randall's score shouldn't be like us. It should be Fast and the Furious movies. Like
Okay.
Randall's is like
Fast
1 through
X.
10, but it's like
So
Tokyo
one,
Drift.
1 through
top
7,
one's like
fast forward,
two,
Fast and Furious.
two's like a fucking masterpiece for Randall.
That's funny. I like that.
This is like a.
Which one? Good.
This is
This,
fast.
probably like the 6th
Too
one.
Fast, Too Furious?
No.
6. Is that the one where they put Statham? Was Statham in that one?
Is
Or
this
is it just
is
The
this
Rock?
Hobbs
How
and
much?
Shaw?
Furious 7 and Statham.
I
Okay.
hate the whole concept
Franchise?
of that it's still going. I
Oh, me too.
can't like.
It's
Well, they got Momoa now.
yeah, it looks dumb as fuck.
It's been like
But
that.
I'm
does
gonna
it?
watch
It's
it.
the second one,
I'm not saying the ones from
Look,
like
I would have given
6
them
and
the
up are
3.
good.
I would have given
Gone
them
in
the
si-
3
Six
because
and
that's
Onions.
fine. A lot of
Yeah.
movies do that. But after the
that's
3rd, I was like, what are we doing? Why are we still doing
Gone
this?
in 60 Seconds or Fast and Furious 2.
You better stop even thinking. What are you doing?
Dude, Gone
Oh
in 60
my
Seconds is so
God.
fucking good.
It's better.
Eleanor.
Eleanor,
But I
come
can't.
on.
But I can't.
Yes.
So I'm going to say this. The Fast and the Furious movies suck. The first one is pretty
Okay.
decent. Yeah. Gone in 60 Seconds is a masterpiece compared to
Yeah.
any bit of Fast and the Furious.
Also, I stand with Dom. Like the muscle cars are better than whatever those little buzzy things are running around.
I call
Whee!
I like all of them.
I mean, there's some cool spots.
You
in some of those
almost had
movies.
me.
Almost.
I'm not saying they're 100% perfect.
No, they're not.
They're like 50s.
Okay.
Like
Look,
50%.
look, you're talking to a guy who loves shitty
And you
movies.
still love them?
Yeah.
You'd still wait
That's
for
it.
that?
Yeah, but you don't like
Nostalgia
shitty movies that
ish.
think they're good.
You
Touche, sir.
acknowledge, you acknowledge that they're shitty.
Well, no, I want the movie to tell me, this sucks. And then I'll be like, yeah, you're
I'm
right.
in for the
Right,
long run
exactly. Like when there's a movie, we're not going to get into that. Never mind.
now. Good.
The tomatometer, the Rotten Tomatoes score, the Roddy T's. What do we think the critics and audience gave this out of 100%?
I feel like that this being in the top 3 is now throwing me off.
40. I'm gonna go 42
42 critics.
and then I'm gonna go 47 audience.
Okay. All right. I like that. I
I was going
respect
to
that.
go 37 and 52.
47 and
For which
52.
ones? Same
Obvious
kind?
audience. Critics is
audience.
always first in the
Okay.
audience, yeah.
I always do
37.
things backwards.
52.
Look,
Tap-
she's got a
tap-
headache.
tap the
thinking
brain.
this.
She had a headache before she came here.
Actually did.
Oh, probably from this movie.
Probably. Honestly. I could have napped instead and taken care
Watched
of
it
the
last
headache.
night.
Well, you've watched it already, so, you know.
Also had
Let's not worry about it.
in the middle of it. Sorry.
I thought you said you were going
We
to
watched
bed.
The Last
I
of
was
Us
supposed
last
to.
night.
That wasn't my decision.
That's what's up.
We watched-
That's what's up.
We watched The Last of Us last night because we didn't watch it Sunday.
We did
it's
too.
So, yeah, me and Steve watched it. We put Sarah right in the middle. Me and Steve.
we should have sat
full
beside
bro.
each other, yeah.
So
full
cute.
bro date.
I'm gonna give. God. I think audience is gonna like this better than critics because there's nothing critically
This is not critically
Those
acclaimed.
gloves were
enjoyable
dope, though.
about this.
Well, that's
The boxing
so
gloves?
I said
Those
mine
are big
backwards.
gloves,
so,
dude.
so what did you say?
so the critics got the 42 and the audience had the 7 to 47.
Yeah, 47.
So I said mine backwards.
But still both 40s.
In the 40s.
I'm gonna say critics
Something.
Just fucking spit it out, dude.
28.
28.
Oh damn!
Yeah, this is garbage. Sorry.
I like how
this is
blunt she is with her.
But audience, I would say they were probably like 50.
So I guessed 35 critics and 55
See,
audience.
and this is Steve's pick, so I'm not wrong here.
Right.
That's garbage.
I'm going to do the audience first. Audience was a 34.
Trash.
Wow.
Critics.
Listen. If audience didn't even like it, there's no way the critics did. I'm telling you right now.
Critics.
Yeah.
9%.
Oh goddamn!
That is very close
To the lowest.
to the pest at 8.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. It's like this is a shitty movie or something.
Do you watch these before you put them up?
Do I look at them?
Yeah.
No. So now the way I'm doing my notes, right? When
I've been slowly
I wasn't
fucking with the
supposed to write
camera
this
since
down,
we
was I?
started.
That wasn't.
Oh, you're saying this.
Yeah. I've been doing things.
I got periph.
No, yeah. I'm sure you do, buddy.
I've caught
I know
a
you
couple
do,
of
but-
them. But
I've done a lot now.
Who's your favorite character of this movie? Wally.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna have to go. You know, I really like the limousine driver.
Ah, fuck. That's
Yeah,
mine too.
same.
Yeah. He's a
He's,
sweetheart.
Okay.
He's a very
the
wholesome,
only
sweet
likable character
person.
in this
Yeah.
movie.
Let's get it out. That's my favorite character too.
He's the only
Let's be
likable
real.
one.
I hadn't
He's
thought
a
about
bro.
that till just now. By the way,
Think about it.
Oh, I picked it last night.
He's a bro.
Yeah.
He's just there.
cool. He's just a cool fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if that was me and I was hired to do that, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Let's
Like
fuck
a guy
around.
deserves like a raise or something. I wonder if it's privately owned. You
Like
think
he
it's-
even
he's
went
like he
and
works
got
for a
him ice cream
corporation?
because there wasn't ice cream. Like,
Well, I kind of like that part in the movie, right? Like he thinks everybody's abandoning him, but yet he was.
Still wrong, but it's okay.
I'm trying my hardest here, guy. But
it's a disability, Steve. I mean,
Randy,
I think
Steve has
everybody-
disability.
I think everybody's a little slow around here.
yeah.
Last week we covered my disability. By the
Yeah.
way, I showed documentation.
I want to say retarded so bad. I was
You
like,
just did.
trying
Well,
to.
he
You
is.
just did.
You just
I'm not
did.
referring to anybody though.
Steve.
You
I'm
can
just
refer to
saying I
me.
wanted
We're pretty sure you were referring to Steve.
You can assume all you want, but that's not going to hold up.
I didn't assume. I
court
said
of
pretty
law.
sure.
Anyways, he actually goes away and gets him more ice cream when he thought he was being abandoned. Did I say it right?
That's
Look
better,
at
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I sounded it out.
I sounded it.
Like I
Sounded
sounded
it
it
out.
out.
I sounded it.
Anyways, so I kind of like that where he comes back and he's like, well, what the fuck's going on? Like he was trying to help his his bro
I thought
out,
you
know?
left me.
Right, like that was
Getting ice cream. You said we were.
right with another
have it.
giant fucking tub of ice cream. Like,
I feel like that party went pretty late. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually did. I feel like he was bringing that tub of ice
probably
cream at like
8 p.m.
1 in the morning or some shit.
where do you even go?
I mean,
for
it was
that?
just dark, so it was hard to tell. Like,
I don't know. Maybe.
Also, do you think with that amount of ice cream, it would not like melt as fast?
I don't think that's functional. I think the bottom of that shit's all mush and disgusting.
100%.
Yeah, but
well, especially by the time you get to it, because
Yeah.
you're gonna start at the top.
you ain't getting down there. You're
No.
probably moving an inch.
Why would you even get? Was he getting it for the whole party?
Well,
No,
he did in the
just-
beginning
no,
when he
just
went on the
him.
shopping spree. He got the giant tub of it, right?
It's just who's eating that much ice cream?
That's
I'm
the
a
idea
kid.
of Just having
I'm a
big
kid
thing
and
of ice
having
cream,
$1
yeah.
million. Get me a fucking 30-gallon tub of ice cream. That's entirely impossible. Just
I
go.
will be fucking blowing the back out of that porcelain.
Also-
if I had that much ice cream.
I want to make mention
Lactose
of.
intolerant.
I want to make mention of all the sunglasses.
We're so old.
Like toast.
I want to make mention of all the sunglasses in this movie.
There's a lot.
They're so wildly 90s.
Oh yeah.
Like with the
Oh,
style.
the purple ones. He looked like Elton John for
Well,
a
not
little
only
while.
that, but they're like weirdly like shaped and stuff, and
It's
like
cool as
like
fuck.
they weren't like up where they were supposed to be.
Right.
Like they were like down and went
and
up.
even her Shay's sunglasses, those were weird too. She had like 3 different sets at
she
one
was
point.
weird.
Also, can we talk about the scene in which they're driving the limousine and she's just jogging down the street and they just pull over like, "Hey, is that weird?" Like they met literally a day ago.
I thought you were gonna come back and see me. So what? You just been thinking about this 11-year-old?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so weird.
Lasting impression. buddy.
Predator.
Also, he did come back and he did not ask for her like she told him to.
You're right. What a fucking douche.
Who knows what would have happened then?
Very true. Very true.
Should have been like, well, this is a little bit more than the.
Fisticuffs. That's what would have happened. I'm sorry. What?
That gave him
It'll be
throwing
a
the
learned
money
experience for you,
on the
little guy.
bed.
Yeah,
I hated so much.
I know, right? Because you got to clean it up.
Wait, what was that? What'd you say?
When he got on the bed and started throwing the money around, I was not a fan.
Would any of you ever just throw money around out of excitement?
No.
Exactly.
There's only one place you throw money. Stripper. Thank you. Because I'm not cleaning it
Why
up.
can't I be?
He just
included in
throws
that?
like
Why'd
10.
you just do this?
I went like this.
Throws
No,
10
you
grand.
Did not. You went.
Yes, I did. I went like this.
Shot.
Okay.
Like this.
I'm sorry. Tara, where would we
I've
throw
been
money?
to a strip club.
Have you thrown money at a stripper?
Yes.
All right then. You're included.
Have
I
you thrown
support
a
sex
roll
work.
of nickels at a stripper before?
God no.
Because that is
So-
the only way to do it.
Can I
I think that's the wrong
Which
one.
hole do
Insert
I put
here.
this in?
I support sex work.
I want to have a quick story that my wife will hit me later.
I don't get paid for it.
In Canada, we don't have singles, right? We have a dollar
Oh,
and a
yeah.
$2 coin,
Loony.
a loonie and a toonie.
A toonie. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
So there's
just
something-
sounds made up.
Oh, right. So how do you throw money at a stripper, right?
Oh, no, I was going
you
with
don't.
Looney Tunes, but
Oh my God, you're only giving her dollars. Like she's working for her money.
I know.
Give
Give
her
her
a
a fucking
five.
five, you
Give her a
cocksucker.
five.
Can you credit card? Do they be like credit cards? And then
Swipe.
no, like no. Like it's
They
like
have a
buttons and
reader
you're like,
between their butt cheeks.
They have something called a toonie slide in
What?
Canada. A toonie slide.
Finished mine.
Explain yourself.
That's what was in here.
Oh, good for you.
So you lay down on your back
Oh,
and you
Okay.
put this
Okay.
you put this nasty toonie on your lips,
Two.
and they take away that loony
You
with
sound like
another
you're-
pair of lips.
You sound like you're gonna end up leaving with a toonie on your lips.
Ew.
That's what it sounds like.
Somebody is.
No, not a fan. No thanks.
Well, whatever you're
Don't see
into,
that
buddy.
nasty ass thing next to my
I
face.
am not saying that has ever happened to me, but I have heard that goes on in the Canadian strip clubs.
Clubs.
Oh,
Have you gone to a movie recently at the
Yes.
the RC the California movie
Sure.
theater?
Yeah.
I went and saw
What?
that.
Is this coming back to strip clubs somehow?
No.
Okay.
It was
We're on
coming
to
back to
something
pouring
else.
my drink. So it's really
Pouring.
quick.
Okay. Whatever.
The beginning, like before the movie starts, where they show that the Coke glass, and they drop
Subliminal messaging.
ice in, and then the drink fills
They
up.
know what they're doing.
That is so soothing to me.
The sounds.
The sound of like the
Coca-Cola.
ice and the liquid. That is like a babbling
That's
brook almost.
the whole idea.
I know it's so.
babbling brook.
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds like a really
So
annoying
what you're saying is you
bitch.
want that to go to sleep to.
It's very like it's like.
I mean, I don't disagree.
Hey, don't
with
get
that.
my joke. No one got
I
my
got
joke.
it.
The fuck up!
No one got my joke except Randall. No, but that's it.
I
It's
didn't
subliminal
hear
message. It's subliminal message.
No, it is.
That's 100%.
And it
what
does make me want
Get
a
a Coke,
Coca-Cola.
right?
That's why I get one before you
There's,
go in.
there is something
do,
about a
yeah.
Coke and opposed to every other. I don't ever crave
No,
something
a
like that.
fountain Coke specifically.
Exactly.
A
A
fountain Coke.
McDonald's Fountain
They
Coke.
they still have cocaine in their
There
Coke. I'm
has to
pretty
be.
sure.
I'm
pretty
pretty.
confident.
A can
Speaking of
Coke
cocaine,
kind of tastes
What are
like
we
it's a
doing?
little too tinny.
C4,
Well,
baby.
but
know what
if
I'm
you
saying?
put it on ice, it does help. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like I don't
But you gotta
drink.
get through it fast because water Coke is the
I
worst.
put-
disgusting.
Well, who's drinking a Coca-Cola slow though? You know what I mean?
I don't
Once
know, I
you start
can't drink.
drinking it,
I can't drink caffeinated beverages fast.
well, I'm not saying chug
Decaffeinated.
it, but like
I'm burping, maybe farting because of it. I don't know. I'm
Like-
definitely burping.
What did we have the other day that you were trying to drink, but you just could not do it?
I don't know. I burp all the time. So
But when I get like a bottle of Coke or a can of Coke, I'm still putting
what about
it
a
in.
baggie?
A baggie
I've
of
never
Coke.
got a baggie of Coke,
I haven't either.
but I always put my whether it's a can of Coca-Cola or a bottle of Coca-Cola, I'm still putting it in like a thing of ice.
Yeah.
I don't drink it from the bottle or from the can.
Are you though?
Yeah,
Okay.
What's
Look
that?
at that. Oh, I was just seeing if we were actually streaming.
you watching
We are.
it?
Yeah,
and
we are.
I am
Red as fuck.
red
Hi,
as fuck.
Steve.
I need to stop wearing hoodies in this room.
Yeah. You hot. But you don't
But-
look red.
But
there.
that's,
No,
that's
yeah, you're
also
not-
because you oversaturate because you're so white.
That's probably
Oh yeah,
what it
because
is.
it affects both. Of you.
Well, also it doesn't look that red up there, but yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
But
right.
but Wally.
Like,
does.
look, show Tara how fucking red I look. I look like I just got done on like a
Look at
2-week
that. Oh, yeah.
Jamaican.
Oh
He
my
looks red.
God.
He looks red.
Do I look
you
that red
both,
right
you
now?
both kind of look red
Up
on
there?
there.
Look a little red.
That's
yeah.
because Steve adjusted it because
But
of
up
his
there,
biscuit.
Steve doesn't look red, but you do.
Okay, so I guess I got to do it a different way.
I
I'm
am
sorry.
a little red,
Yeah, he
and
looks a
Steve's a
little
little
red up
white, but he corrects his, so I just look really red.
You know, I still
Trying
look
to look at
white.
you.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm gonna ask it for this movie review here. Do we have somebody we did not like in this movie?
Oh my god, so many.
She doesn't like Shay because she's a pervert.
Well, I was.
She made me uncomfortable, and she was
again?
and I also didn't like her acting. So like, I didn't like her character or her.
You know who I don't like, and I can't really say it the way I want to, but that lady, that the entertainment lady.
That's what I was getting at.
the lady that's like
She's,
grabbing
we're gonna
the
take.
money
You
out
don't
of
need that
backpack.
money, but
She was extreme. She was a little aggressive.
Also,
I
I know
aggressive.
your game.
what?
I wanted to say that black lady because she's the only one,
But you can't.
but it sounds insensitive.
But in the context
it
of the
anyway.
movie, hey, look, her weave gets snatched, bro, and it's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
Do we have a favorite part or scene
Tara's
in
the
this movie?
people's warrior, I think.
Yeah, when he pulls up the limousine driver on his his 100 TVs, and he was talking like, "What are you doing? Do you want to come
He's
over?"
like, oh, whatever.
I'm a
I'm a, yeah.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah.
Is that not the part you were talking about? Oh,
I was like, "What the fuck are you
part?
talking about?"
yeah. When he's like,
Because what I was going to
Giant.
mention was him saying, "Do you want me to come pick you up and drop you off at a friend's house?"
Yeah.
he didn't
Like, you are a
have no,
fucking sweetheart, dude.
he didn't have no
True.
friends.
No.
And he wasn't going to do that on company dime either, right? Like,
Right.
yo, I got you, bro.
He's like, "Hey, I'm going out hanging out with friends. Do you want me to drop you off with your
Right.
friends?"
Also,
What
I
guy,
want to get
you
into
know?
that. Why didn't he have friends? He seemed like a likable kid,
I think
Dude,
and I don't
Poor.
even like kids.
He's broke.
But he wasn't.
no, I feel like that's the whole point of the movie.
I
Is
think
he's
I
like
was that
too
kid for a
smart.
period of time when I was younger where I didn't have a lot of friends. I was a really socially awkward and shit. I'd be like,
Was
hey,
he
you guys
so-
want to hang out? And I'd
Was
be like,
he socially
And they'd be
awkward?
like, no. And they're like, you can't throw a football. I'm like, I throw a football fine.
Because he didn't seem socially awkward to me. It seemed like, but when the movie starts, he already has enemies. Like
Right.
those kids are already bullying him, so you don't really see like
Okay, thank you.
It's like it never ends.
the
It's
engagement
just
that
the
led to
twisters
that.
keep coming.
I actually might hate that little fucking redhead.
Oh, I know,
Kid
right?
anymore.
And then they,
I hate
Ginger.
him. I,
Chuck him
like
out.
I said, I don't like kids. So any kid that's even
Instantly
worse,
negative.
hate. Like
I hate
he
him.
had no redeemable quality whatsoever.
She's like over here. She's like protecting everybody, but it comes to
Not
kids.
kids.
She's like,
Comes to a
nope.
fucking ginger kid. Fuck
Run-
you, you
run-
piece of
Okay.
shit.
Drown him.
Run him over. Drown him in the pool.
Speaking of when
That when the
he
ball-
knocked, oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
he could have drowned.
So
I
okay,
thought that was
I wanted to say
Absolutely
something. I
could've
want to
drowned.
say something about that. Is that not attempted murder?
Yeah, but they also attempted to murder him
Do you think he has the coordination to do that on
on
purpose?
purpose.
Why did this movie turn into Home Alone for a second?
It did. That's exactly where it pulled
yeah.
from.
But without like him planning it.
Yeah, it was on. It was just on the spur of
Right.
the moment.
Yeah,
Also-
also, fucking G.
Let's talk about virtual reality in like '94, right?
I'm a virtual G.
Hey, would that have like made that dude like get knocked out?
Maybe. Yeah, him spinning like that, he would have fucking blew chunks. There's no
Sure,
way
but,
he's
like-
spinning.
Especially because he's a whole ass adult.
And he like
Can you
felt-
imagine being in one of those? Being pushed around by a car?
Yeah.
Oh, tough.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Passed out.
I'm talking about the banker with the virtual reality headset getting put on him, and
that
then
seemed
like he
wild.
went crazy.
Spinning?
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
just like passes
I
out.
want to watch that scene without the effects they threw over top of it because I think it would have been even more funny because he was just like he was going like this
Yeah.
the
Also,
whole time. You know what I'm talking about?
What do you think that?
But they made the gorilla like fucking camera shake and shit like that. I'm like, I would love to see that without fucking him.
Just because he's probably just like,
like,
doing this. Yeah.
I just want to say though, it's crazy that VR was in this movie. Obviously, it
Remember
probably
the
looked
Virtual
like
Boy?
shit. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've almost bought it a couple times.
My
just to
dad
have.
has one of
Like
those.
that red fucking
What is
shit.
it? Oculus.
Sure.
The,
Steve, yeah, that's
That's my dad has one of those, and it's so funny when like my mom and my sister and I are like just talking in the living room, and my dad has checked out of the conversation, and now he's in like the sunroom, and we're just watching him on like the.
Steve.
Right.
You ever watch?
He's
porn
like
on-
golfing
you ever
or
watch
something.
I've
porn on
tried it,
yours?
and it's weird. I don't like it.
Is it? I have a lot of questions.
Here's what really gets me about it is
Did,
this is
Are
gonna
you
sound
just-
super
Are you
weird.
just in a video?
for you.
You would be the dude, right, in the video. So like the way they film it, they put the VR or they put
What
like
else would you
cameras
be?
on their heads.
Look at my vagina.
No, the weird thing to me is, and I haven't done it a lot. There's another person.
How many times have you done it?
Maybe like 20 minutes, and I just didn't like it.
All
It
at
was-
once, or like 20 different times
So-
for 1 minute?
A couple,
each.
a couple times to be like, was I thinking correctly? You know what I
Actually,
mean?
though, on
yeah,
that
yeah.
note, good thought process though, because like, could a girl do it? Can you choose who you are?
So obviously, there's different videos you can get from
Because like,
different perspectives.
I obviously
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
don't want to be the
There
dude.
she is. She's bet. She's
I mean, you
betting.
could-
Devil's
Yeah.
advocate.
You might want to.
No, I'm
try.
saying, but no, I'm saying
Yeah,
from the
either
other
or, either
side.
or.
I
Sure,
like.
yeah.
I'm not against.
Go buy one.
I'm not
and then find
against
out.
the VR porn. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying
mean, we'll put it on, find
like
out. I don't care.
want to
But
be the
is it-
guy. So like, can you? Is it like a choose your own
Did you know?
Yeah. Were
journey
You,
type?
did you be it? Were you a girl?
Were you a guy? Which one were you?
Hold on, we're getting so many questions here. So again, I've only tried
Can
it
you
so many
pick
times because
everything?
it didn't freak me out, but it was like I don't like this. You know what I
What
mean?
would you
think
have
it'd
done
be
if Tiffany
confusing.
came home and you're like, "What's up?"
I'm not
Is
trying
that
to.
a closer level of
Steve's like in his boxers.
betrayal?
No.
Because you're like in the position of fucking someone.
Were you on your bed?
I'm on my bed. No, I mean it's down here. What am I gonna do?
No, but do you know you see what I'm saying? You're
yeah.
not just watching. You're like
You're in
you've
it.
put yourself in that position of fucking someone else.
Unless you had like a
not
device
necessarily.
to go over
Not
the.
in real life.
What did you just ask?
Is it
If
cheating?
it's
almost?
no,
Cheating.
I said
Or not
betrayal.
cheating,
I
but
said a different
betrayal.
level
Okay,
of betrayal
okay, yeah.
because you're putting yourself. You're now putting
It's the
you.
same thing as
you have
watching porn.
chosen.
Yeah, I agree
no,
with
it's
Randall.
not.
I agree with
You
Randall.
have chosen to put yourself in someone else's
I'm
body who's
choosing
fucking
to
someone.
watch the fucking porn to
Immersion.
begin with.
Immersion.
But
is
you're
not-
watching
It has
two.
nothing to
You're
do with it
watching
being
two
on my
other
face.
people. Fuck.
The only way
You're watching
hold
other
on,
people fuck.
Hold on. The only way it would
Doing another
be
porn.
more
That's
betrayal.
what I mean. You're watching other people fuck. And this one, you yourself are doing
Is that
the
there's
fucking.
another
No, you're still
virtual
watching.
person with you?
Thank you. On the other end, right?
Yeah.
Receiving whatever you're doing, or they do
probably a
make. I've
dude.
seen this. Hold on. Obviously,
Guys is a dude.
they do make
Is that
machines.
gay?
Hold on. Let me talk. They do make machines
There's a lot of
that
questions now.
will sync up with
That's what I was
video.
gonna say. I was gonna say you
Really?
could watch the video and use the machine for it. Yeah.
Right. That to me would be way too much, and that's almost
lose
like
my-
you're
So-
cheating. You're not cheating, but it's like
You get into a room,
fucking
right?
call
There's
your
other,
girlfriend.
there's other people here, and you're like, "You want to do this?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then you go, you start doing it, whatever this is, this shady stuff, and then afterwards, it goes from someone's like, "Hey," and it's like, "Hey, hey," and you're like,
or no, it goes
"Oh,
from
whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa."
oh my god, that was so good.
The headphones
Yeah, it
fall
was
off.
right.
It's like, oh, God damn it. Put it back on.
Yeah, no, I mean, so the thing that really got me with it was you can. This is gonna sound really weird because it's 3D. You can see when they like open their mouth. You can see in their mouth, like it looks like
Oh Jesus!
just talking, like whatever. But it's
I don't think
off.
I'm on
Sure,
board with this
talking,
anymore.
that's
No,
what
I'm
they're
just
I'm
being
not on board with
serious.
this anymore.
It's off-putting. Like you're like,
So my question.
What I
like
really
this.
like is that we somehow segued into this on
Yes,
our
but I have
Disney
one.
movie.
I have one last question before we
one
move
more
on.
question.
Before we move on,
Sure.
were you watching it as a critic,
Or was I in it?
or were you in
He
it?
was kind of critiquing the mouth just a second ago.
So it was the couple. So the first time I
I mean,
tried
this
it
is
was
what we do.
yeah. So the first time I tried it, it was literally like, all right, let me see how this goes, right? And I was like,
She has her mouth open, and Steve's like, first, like, oh, here's my penis. But then he's like, wait, I wonder if I can. And he turns around and like fucking pulls his ass out.
no, you can't explain it. Just like any other VR type experience, you can't explain it until you actually do it, right? And
Hard pass.
and
Is there virtual consent?
Does she say yes, Steve?
You're completely selling
Obviously.
your video of yourself at that point. Like,
Yeah, right.
for people to do.
No.
Again, I don't know. It's just it's very weird.
It's a new realm.
Yeah,
Because it's
it
not
is.
like you can just take clips from porns that already exist. You have to make it
Correct.
so that it works with the
So
the
again,
VR.
if you're the dude, you're wearing this fucking head contraption
While
of
you're
like a
fucking-
bunch of
or
different
whatever
videos.
What are
you're
those
doing.
dot suits called? Where they talk? What are they?
Motion capture suits?
Yeah, yeah. You have
Well,
like
it's not that.
a dick motion
like an
capture.
avatar. No,
I gotta
but
draw
like
dots
an
on it.
avatar. Like
Yeah.
an avatar when they have to wear like the full thing
Mm-hmm.
while they're being the blue people.
Right. So imagine you're the
It's just a
actress
camera that goes from the floor.
dealing with a dude wearing this giant apparatus on him. Like, it's probably not fun either. Come on, dog, sit down.
Why
we're gonna
do I?
have fun
Why do I
regardless.
feel like though some of our dirtiest conversations are when we're
Disney Channel movie.
in the lighter movies? Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we're so bored of the movie, apparently.
Maybe it's because like when we talk
was-
about movies like American Pie, we're talking about that already, so we're not
Yeah,
gonna.
that makes sense.
well,
segue.
infinite options with motion capture for a dick.
You're right.
Infinite options with it. I
Infinite,
don't even
infinite.
know.
You can do whatever
I
you
think
want.
we're pioneers right now. We could be on the
Pioneering.
cusp.
We are Christopher
Somebody's
Columbus.
already tried it for sure.
Yeah, but that requires
sure.
money. Motion
have-
capture
we don't-
requires a lot of dough.
You're true. Yeah, you're right.
I saw
You're
a
true.
video. I don't know if it was
True. You're
originally on
true.
TikTok, but I saw it on Instagram, and it was a guy like coming across a cock ring that has a camera on it,
Coming across.
I've seen it.
and he
I would
like
totally do that
he
shit.
does that little like it like shows him like thinking, and then all of a sudden it shows a video and it's going like this because the guy's like doing the helicopter.
I
with
did
it on
see
his
that, that was funny.
and you're just seeing the
Dudes
room.
are simple,
like,
man.
Helicopter dick. Helicopter.
All right, what do we got, Steve?
My favorite part or scene in this movie, because
That's
apparently it
where
was
we
just
still
him. I like the shopping spree. It's kind of a
Yeah.
cool, because again, any kid would just do that. I don't.
I would do that now. What do you mean?
Well, okay, yeah, you're right.
I do that on Amazon every week.
The only thing that like made me go, wait, why wouldn't you do this? Why didn't he go to Toys R Us?
Well, he's
Maybe they didn't get that sponsor.
he's
or
a
something.
homeowner, Steve. He
Yeah,
had
he
to
knows
get
he's
some more
very
extreme
mature
stuff.
for his age.
He knows what closing costs are. You're right. You're right. He went to Sharper
How
Image
did he know what closing costs were?
because he's a smart boy.
No,
No,
I'm sorry,
damn,
no.
okay. No.
attacked me.
Closing costs?
Well,
Seriously?
the kid's resourceful.
He really
One way or
is.
another, they made him look resourceful.
the
the
other
same
thing,
way as they made that
putting
guy
his
look like
brothers in his room also pissed me off.
Well, I think you're
course it did.
supposed to be mad at that,
Well,
right?
yeah, because you're supposed to relate to him.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, you're supposed to
damn
feel
these
the
adults.
$7 to go to this, and my fucking two brothers are in my room. Like, this fucking sucks. Fuck this family, right? I get it.
Exactly.
Now, the other side of that is
The brother
where
are mean.
did his parents think he was this whole time?
I was gonna say the
Working.
same thing.
Working for-
he's
working
so
for
he's
Macintosh.
coming for dinner, and
Well, I've never met him. Have
and
you met
they
him?
Don't
I haven't
give
met
a
him.
shit
You
They-
met him?
They figured
No.
that out like fucking 3 days into it.
that he's spending a whole week at least of time with this random man, grown man.
He goes home and sleeps.
Does he?
But he's with
Would
him
you
all
really?
A couple
day.
points. They showed
I'd
a
stay in
couple-
that
But he's
fucking
with him
house.
all day, and they've never met him.
Well, it's only been a week too, right?
Do you want to take the car? The dad said that to him at one point.
Yeah,
Do you want to
that
take
was
the
funny.
car?
That was hilarious.
I can't drive.
I don't
Yeah.
drive yet, Dad.
They're not. Yeah, the parents are clearly neglecting him, and it doesn't show that their character. It doesn't show any of their character building throughout this until the very fucking end.
No, and the fact that the kid was able to manipulate him by being like, "Well, Mr. McIntosh is really interested in the work that you're doing." Like,
Right. But I like that to a point, right? Because it shows that
the kid's got it.
well, not only the kids got it, but the parents aren't.
Don't have.
No, no, not that
No,
they
he
don't
cared
have
more
it.
about the benefit it was to him.
Right, and that
himself.
to me, it shows the character building when you finally get to it, right? So I kind of like that.
Barely, they just got him a cake. Like, that's
Well,
a
also-
normal
With
birthday.
candles.
Also,
Had
hold on,
candles.
hold on. Where were his parents and brothers on the night of the party? They weren't at home because the bad guys break into the house, and it's his
Well, the
birthday.
dad was at the party at one point because he goes to say, "Can you let him off early?"
Right, but they were
yes,
somewhere else.
Were the brothers working at the party? Since
No, because
they
they,
work
sho-
for Mr.
they
McIntosh?
show up at the end in the car all together.
I don't
Also,
know.
the car drives away, and
Yeah,
he goes out
wouldn't
going,
they just go
"Where
out
are
to
you
celebrate
going?"
his birthday without him?
That's what I'm saying. That's weird.
They're dicks.
Unless they invited him to go somewhere, like, hey, when you get off with Macintosh, meet us here. But how's he gonna fucking get there?
Also, we didn't see that, so I don't believe that it happened.
True, very true.
I think his family is dicks, and I don't really think there was that much growth in the end. To be honest with you,
True, very true. What are you gonna say?
I don't even say anything.
Well, you were pointing. No one else,
He
but
was
us, I
agreeing.
think, could
Oh,
see
you
what
were
was
agreeing.
saying.
He's agreeing.
Is that what that? Okay.
He's agreeing. Okay. Any what the fuck moments? Obviously, let's go. We got a bunch. Let's
Yeah,
go.
she's
Yeah,
a fucking
I mean,
predator.
the kid gets
We've
a
done all
blank
of
check.
The dude, the Juice said he was gonna kill him at one point. That's a fucking kid, my dude.
And get your butt.
Can't do
You know,
that.
a
They
grown-ass
possibly
woman.
made that man any more stereotypical
No,
black
they couldn't.
man.
Yep.
Like that was full on.
They did
from
not- they did-
clothes
they-
the way. Yeah, it was bad.
I want to talk about the fact that literally every male that's old in this movie talks about another woman like derogatorily.
Yeah, let's talk
Objectifying.
about that.
So even
Go
in the
ahead, Tara.
okay, hold
Get
on.
him.
No, I'm going to say it. So when we talked about the one first,
Steve is an ally. Half the time at least.
half the
I'm
time
not.
When he's not on VR porn.
when I'm not.
You don't know what he's
My
with. He's with
daddy's
dudes.
calling me.
Ask him about
Tell
this
him,
movie.
tell him
Tell
about the
him-
VR that we're talking about. I don't know. Pick it up. Don't matter.
Hi, Ray.
Hooray!
Dad.
Hey. Oh my God, you didn't call for me. You called for Carrick. I'm not with Carrick. I'm on the podcast. At home. Oh, if he's downstairs playing pool, then the phone is playing.
He's not playing.
Music
He's on
and
that
it's on
VR
the
porn
episode.
right now.
VR right now. Hard.
Dad, you've never used your Oculus for porn, have you?
Oculus. No, ma'am.
No,
That's
ma'am.
a lie.
That's
a lie.
fucking lie.
Did you see? He didn't even think about it. No, ma'am.
He said I didn't know you could. Well, great.
Guess what you're doing tonight, Ray? Guess what you're doing tonight, Ray?
No, Steve said the VR does it. So
No, I said it's awkwardly
bye. He
weird.
said, "Okay, bye."
Cause he went. Guess what I'm doing? Okay, bye.
He probably felt uncomfortable that I was.
You were very
Saying that.
blunt with that.
You fucking
I
brought
like
it up.
that.
my
Yeah,
dude.
you
I
brought
like
it
that.
up.
That's how I talked to my parents.
That's
but
cool.
he probably felt awkward that I was saying it.
What kind of simulator
other
could we do on
people.
Oculus to make money, Steve?
Simulator?
Yeah, they
Like,
have
what
all
would
these
we-
what would
simulators,
we
right?
simulate?
Porn is pretty much a
I'm not
simulation.
doing porn. Like, even though I wouldn't technically have to touch
I'm
anybody,
not doing
I'm
it.
not gonna do it.
Okay, getting back to what I was trying to say
Pooping
was
simulator.
Oh yeah, about not degrading women.
not degrading women.
That's
We
fine.
have
Here we go.
Juice degrading a woman in the first part of the movie, right? Talking about, ooh, look at that. You know,
twice
whatever,
because he
twice.
walks past the woman on the stairs.
Sure, yeah. And then the lady, like, with her ass out in the hallway.
and he says the child ruined the view
Sure.
by bumping into him.
So then also when they stop, what's her face, Shay on the side of the road
Mm-hmm.
jogging, and like even the limo driver's just like, oh, that's a good view or something. He says something. I'm like, the fuck is up with this here?
That was a good view, dude.
Yeah, but
Look, I get
it's a
catcalled
kids
by
movie.
more women than I've ever
Hold on.
catcalled any women
It's
in
a
my whole
kids
entire
movie.
life.
It's a Disney movie. It's not a kids movie. It's a Disney movie.
It's made for kids. Why is it so
Actually,
horny?
it was a fucking something else.
Disney's
movie.
always been mildly horny. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
you're right.
you're watching.
yeah, there used to be a whole ass penis on the Little Mermaid case.
It's still there.
Better
On
than
the older ones.
half-ass penis. Kind of weird.
Who's this? Brunswick?
That's just a soft
Who
one.
made this movie?
Bona Vista.
Buena Vista.
Did you say
Bona
Did you say
Vista.
Mr. Brunswick?
Wow, I just said Brunswick. I just thought that's the name of it.
Okay, I want to bring
But
up.
you're right.
I want to bring up something else before I forget to bring it up. This right here. Look at this, guys. That is a screenshot of
that's a-
his expense report.
Yeah, so you didn't have to do it.
Did
You
you
said
do
you
it?
were going to do it, but you didn't have to.
Correct.
So he still
So-
had $400 left.
It
Well,
says
no,
that
he-
332 and something.
He has minus. I didn't actually get it because it's on for a split fucking second.
Yeah,
I
it
couldn't
was,
get that.
and it said it though.
It
It was
was
like
minus-
332. No, it wasn't minus. It was
was in- oh, that's right.
$332 and something.
It was in
cents.
the red saying,
Yeah.
yeah, and he didn't have it. So the one thing I do want to say is,
Coca-Cola?
hold on.
Yeah,
One thing I
remember
want to
he
say,
bought all that Coca-Cola.
look at item plan 442
Yeah, what the fuck
for
is that?
$300,000.
Yeah,
Is that
what
the
is
house?
that?
Is that the house, or is that him saying that he was helping his dad out?
Well, but the house was $300,000, and the house isn't on there anywhere else.
So it has to be, right? Because all that equals 900,000, whatever.
Yeah, so the
almost
$300
million
had to
dollars.
go to something.
Right.
Dude,
So
that fucking virtual reality system, 30
legit.
grand was dope.
I know, right?
Date dinner necklace. You
The
spent $1,000
video
on that girl as a
system
kid.
was-
And she
Yeah.
didn't even want it.
The videos.
fucking
Where's
whore.
the necklace?
Down
third
to
from
the
the
bottom.
bottom.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that
The-
heart necklace she was wearing was not expensive.
What's the-
Also,
Yeah.
women don't want heart jewelry.
I feel like she grabbed more than 10 grand for that fucking party, that fucking bitch.
She said it was 100,000, but
Just
But
that's
he
start
hadn't
what
paid
to
it yet.
start
He
with,
hadn't paid
but
it
then
yet.
getting paid.
that's what he allotted for it because it was a
Is that
down
what
No,
she
payment.
that's what she already took. This
Right.
was when he saw this when he went to try to get her money.
Exactly.
And he didn't have the $100,000.
So let's break it down here. That racetrack.
What do you think the miscellaneous is?
Well, I like that they put that there because think about it. What else was he doing that
Clothes,
you don't?
food.
Well, no, the clothes are there, right? You got to think the where
Where are
is
the
it?
clothes?
Miscellaneous, Steve.
Okay,
Yeah, there's no
miscellaneous. You're
clothes
right.
up
Okay,
there.
I thought there was
And he
something.
bought multiple suits and sunglasses and stuff. So
You're right. Okay, miscellaneous. Okay, yeah, you go for that. That's fine.
Wow, that slide was over $12,000.
That makes
Velcro
sense though. Think about it. You got to into the house, and
Yeah.
it's
Haagen-Dazs.
if you look at it, it has water flowing through it.
This is legit.
What's
Oh, yeah,
Charles
This is
Chips?
pretty legit.
Say that again.
What's Charles Chips? Is that a real brand?
Road
Because I've never
trip
heard
to
of it.
Chicago.
CeCe's.
is
You never had CeCe's?
$374. That's it.
Road? When did he go to Chicago?
Yeah.
I think
fuck did he
that's
go to
when he
Chicago?
went to Sharper Image and all that,
Oh.
right? So I mean, it's real. I mean, fucking slush puppy machine for $750. Yeah, that makes
Boxing
sense.
at Velcro Wall Wrestling. Only $1,250. Like, I could go get that in my house right now.
Let's do it.
So this guy has like $300 left over.
Well,
that's the whole point.
Yeah, it was like
$1,250?
$332. Huh?
Oh,
1,250, the boxing.
The boxing,
wall, and
Velcro Wall
wrestling.
and Wrestling.
Yeah.
Right. So now you're thinking about the go-kart track and all that. I like how it's plausible with everything there. It shows it. It breaks it down. Yeah, it's on for a split
The
second.
Plan 442 is interesting. You're right. I didn't notice that. But he spent
Flying in the air.
he spent $300,000 on the house, and
So-
Plan 442 said $300,000.
Right.
But so they didn't put the house on there. Though.
Right. That's why I'm like so weirded out by that because okay, if he did put that for his dad down,
Then where's the $300,000 for the house?
but hold on, that's like, admirable that he was like, "Yo,
Helped
I'm
his
trying to
dad.
help
Yeah.
my dad to do this."
It's a lot harder to get a mortgage than it probably would be to just buy a house outright. you
But
think?
he did.
But he did because the
offered
lady
cash.
the lady comes into the bank with the cash later to
deposit.
give it to Shay and she puts it under the machine to see
and
that it
she
says
says,
FBI
"Wow,
on it.
I can't believe like
This Macintosh guy is,
people
yeah.
have this much cash." And she was like, "Well, this new guy just moved to town."
Well, we were talking about how hard it would be to do what he did as a kid, and I'm like,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it makes it a little bit easier
Cash,
that he's going
yeah.
full on
Cash.
Like, yeah,
you still have to sign documents when you buy a house.
100%.
No, you do.
You do, but hold on. In the 90s,
No, typically, you don't move in until you've signed documentation.
here's the thing that kind of goes with it to me is they're dealing with the owners of the house. It's not, the realtor's there, but hey, 300,000 cash, boom, make it happen.
Could you,
know
just
what I mean?
fucking essentially, if you're cashing, could it just be a deed? Like
Maybe.
it's like unless
Yes.
you're buying it from the bank, right?
Also, it's
Technically,
it's
yes.
6 days, right? Maybe he hasn't gotten to the point of signing those papers yet because it's only 6
you
days.
think he can? You think he can out? You think he'd be like, "Yo, you look, I can't do this
Bye.
anymore."
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm not. This is not it.
So since he did buy it with cash,
Yeah.
it's his house. Even after,
technically.
even after the dude got arrested, it's still his house. He already fucking paid for the entire thing.
But he no because
It's not his
not
money.
He
Macintosh
can't
anymore.
say he's Mr. Macintosh.
Right, and it's the FBI's money.
So
'cause
now
it's been
they've
laundered
seized
or
all
whatever.
of it.
Right.
I guess if you're buying anything under
Also,
an
I do
alias,
want to
it's not-
say, would it have been more? Why were they looking for Macintosh versus the guy who escaped from prison? You know what I mean? Wouldn't they know what that guy looks like? Wouldn't they be
You'd
after
think.
that
I think
guy?
she was
you would think.
she was already there looking, right?
I don't know. That's the thing. It doesn't say anything about that guy. It's about the bank laundering the money. So, like at the end of the movie, when it's like, "Oh no, I'm Macintosh," why the fuck would they carry your Macintosh? We're looking for the dude who escaped from prison with the money.
Why do they go after him and not the fucking
Right.
dude right
you
next
would
to
be
him?
more in trouble
I see what you're
being
saying about
that guy.
maybe they were going after the laundering guy first, and then
Well, I think they're-
inherently came across everything else.
They were tracing the money, right? So, okay, Macintosh has the money. Now, ipso facto, he is Macintosh and that guy. so when he gets to prison,
she was undercover before that was even stated.
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause
Maybe
she
so.
was already working at the bank. She
but
was
for
there.
how long?
That's
Which
I
is
don't
why
know.
I'm under the assumption
week.
that
Because
maybe
I
there
don't
was
know why
already,
she was there.
Exactly. With posters
she could have already been there with
that he kept.
like investigating what's his face,
What you think he was doing with
but
that?
then inherently came across that
VR
shit.
I can't- you do it.
Do you do that at 11?
Maybe?
What are you talking about? Whoa, what?
Yeah, maybe.
I missed a little bit there.
I mean,
Steve
he was
said he kept
was
flyer,
yeah,
and
he
I
was
said, what
he
was
was
he
a
doing
little
with that?
old for his time, so maybe he was getting in there.
I don't know that I want to know what age you guys all started that because I've got
I
friends
have
with
no
kids that
idea.
age now.
And I'm not telling you, that's private.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
That's private.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I
either.
kind of do, but
I don't
it's
remember my
private.
first
It
wank.
had
You
to.
know,
It
whatever.
had to have been like 7th.
Why is it
8th
private?
grade.
I'll
Also,
tell you when I started my period.
My mom listens to this. so-
Like how you're bartering with me.
Hey, anyway, fun fact.
that feels like the same level of privacy.
The fun facts of the fucking week.
That's what it said.
I'll just read them.
You reading them? What a guy.
I got it.
What a
I'm
guy.
doing
Karen
Steve's job.
Duffy, who played Shay in this movie, also played a character named Shay in Dumb and Dumber in that same year. Both films involve a briefcase full of money as a plot element as well.
So really, she can only do one thing, is what you're telling me.
Apparently.
I
Apparently.
think she can do gold. You know?
Would you like to know what she could do?
The
What about
computer,
hairdo?
the computer used to provide the voice of Mr. Macintosh is an Apple Macintosh Performa 600.
Oh, like the actual, like.
Yeah, that's the actual.
That's where you
yeah,
got
yeah,
Macintosh.
right. Well, also,
Didn't know if you
is
knew
that not the biggest
No, I mean
product
the actual
placement too?
Product.
It's pretty large.
He's saying that was the actual computer.
Correct.
We knew it was a Macintosh computer. He's saying that was the actual
I-
model.
I've thought about this a little bit, like if Windows or Microsoft had, we'll give you money for this.
What would they have called him?
Also,
Right.
when was the last time you used
Bill?
Macintosh? It's been Mac for. So
Well, yeah,
long.
they changed it, right?
I know, but isn't that crazy? When you saw that logo, were you like,
Just scared the shit out of me.
But yeah, you're like,
yeah,
"Ooh, Apple."
when was the last time you saw that logo?
Right, and it's crazy that it was Macintosh, right? And then they changed it to Apple or Mac.
And now it's not rainbow anymore.
Oh my god! And it's funny watching the
Okay.
Last of Us episode last night. They had an old iMac there on the desk, the one that was like see through and like.
You remember all the color, like the one that
Yeah.
had like different. They were like
That's what-
translucent.
That's what was there.
I'm
It's pretty cool.
translucent.
Are you?
Okay, next.
Me
Apparently
too.
Steve is because he keeps making me look red as fuck. You should really
That's
look
because he
back
doesn't
to
want
this
to
video.
look like a piece of paper.
I see what you're doing, motherfucker.
I did it a bunch of times actually.
When the bad guys drive through the park chasing Preston, they hit a sign that says Macintosh Kids Park. I also want to go back to this right here. Mac Kids Park,
I saw that.
$40,000.
Yeah.
He made a park for kids in 4 fucking days, probably.
Jesus
There's no
Christ.
lies.
No way.
Also,
But-
that guy would have been caught when he landed that car on top of those other cars.
Also, I
yeah.
would have. Can I tell you, if I had created my own park, I would ban that little shithead.
I know, right? The redheaded kid.
redheaded
Ginger.
kid.
Get him out of here.
And it would,
He's not allowed. I'd put a picture up and everything.
anti-ginge, but then you couldn't go.
Well, I'm anti
Just
little
that kid.
shithead.
Little shit.
It's a park for adults. It's a fucking park for
When a
grown-ups.
kid steps on it, you pick him up, throw him. Gone.
This motherfucker. All right, final decision times. Time. Out of 10,
Times.
what would we give this movie? I'm going to go me first because I picked it.
Yeah, you probably should.
Dude.
I probably should. I'm going to give this movie.
It's kind of funny.
I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Now,
What the fuck was that noise? Talking about noises. Go ahead, spit it out.
I thought he was gonna give it higher because it was his pick. So I was laughing
What
that
did
it
I
was
say?
still low.
What did I say earlier?
I-
This
that
movie
it
is
was-
not
I
good,
know, yeah.
right? But
No, you're
I
right.
enjoy the movie, and I enjoy.
you motherfuckers say it is.
No, it's not a bad movie. It's just not.
It's not.
It's not. I don't know. This movie is actually, to me, well thought out to get around certain spots in the movie or certain things being like realistic. Like, all right, yeah, if all these things happen, this kid could have got a blank check for
30-year-old
yeah.
FBI agent kissing a 11-year-old.
I didn't say that. I'm saying the things that happen in order for him to get a check, a blank check, right? Now, him printing off the fucking check in the specific areas where he had to on the first try, I'm calling bullshit. I want to see him do
Does
a
he not
couple
know how to
tests.
write?
No, he prints it off on the.
I know.
on the
Does he not know how to write?
but
With his
he's a,
fucking hands?
His handwriting would look like a kid.
Right.
Although I've
So does
seen
Steve's.
some people's handwriting.
Have you
look
seen
like a
Steve's?
kid. I actually don't think that I can't. That I have.
My handwriting looks decent.
Mine's the worst out of the group. I guarantee it.
It's not that bad.
I got to talk to
What
you.
is that face?
Take it back, buddy.
Why did
What is
you
that
mark
face?
Tara's dad on that notebook? Are you
I
going to
didn't.
use that?
I didn't. Maybe.
I thought it was fine.
You
I
did.
thought it was
says
funny.
What did you give it?
119.
6, right?
Tara's dad.
Okay, hold on. So I gave this a 6 because like around this time, this and like Richie Rich were like my go-to movies. You know, I kind of watched them a
Did
lot
you? I feel like you had a goal for your life.
to become
those were the two
rich.
movies.
Have you seen
Apparently.
Steve's basement? It's like
Richie Rich.
He's living it now.
I just need a roller coaster out backs and,
Yeah.
and a McDonald's. You know. Oh, also, yeah,
I
all
see
the
all of them,
boxes
yeah.
here and all my stuff. You know why I keep my boxes?
I know.
What did we do over the weekend, Randy?
That fucking thing was so expensive. What-
Exactly. I don't even remember what. Oh no, it was Pokemon in the case still. What the fuck was it? It
I
was
think
like
it was leaf green.
yeah. What was it like 60 grand? Or
Can you just
something?
fucking say what you're
6
talking
grand?
about right now, please?
We went.
to,
We went to Sage Mantis. Remember that video game store?
place. How much money you spent on something stupid?
I bought.
$10.
I
Oh, that's not
bought
bad.
the order. What was it? 15,
Of Phoenix
16,
Harry
something,
Potter.
whatever. the PlayStation 4 game that came out with like the vampires. And,
Oh,
and
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I've been looking for it for a while, and it was like $10. I was like, done.
It was free on the PlayStation Network not too long ago.
But I
have
want physical.
it. Oh yeah.
I'm a stickler. Anyways, also, what kid wouldn't want $1 million and
She's
like to
dead.
do whatever they wanted with it just
Oh, I
to
guess I
see
knew
that
that.
play out? Like, what
We'll
other
get him,
movie is there like this? I don't think there is one, right?
No,
Sorry.
There's that.
I mean, the only thing similar, like you could say, like Richie Rich, but he didn't get that money. But he had it, or even another same kid, right?
Same.
Home Alone. He didn't have the money, but he was living,
Do that life.
doing
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
he
sure.
wanted. I think any movie that a kid is just having all that freedom is appealing to a kid.
Yeah, that's
For
the
sure,
word.
yeah.
That's the word. The freedom.
It's
right?
not the money,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the freedom. And he
good,
had
that's
more
good.
freedom because he had
Unrestricted
the money.
from your parents and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And his dad, like, oh, I'm going to work. Oh, where are your brothers
I
at?
Which was this
Oh, we're
whole
working.
thing. He wanted
Yeah.
to have his own house so he could do what he wanted.
I will
Exactly,
say, and like
'cause-
you guys are parents, so maybe you'll have a different view on it.
I'm not.
But I was talking to someone the other day, like a friend of mine who is a parent, and she was saying that like when she thought about what her parenting styles would be or what her goal of parenting styles were going to be, she thought back of like our generation of parents when we were younger, and it was very much like, I'm the parent, that's why you have to do it.
Right.
And she was
Sure.
like, I don't want to be that because
have to
that's
be.
not a good explanation. Like, I want to explain it better.
Sure. No,
Like,
no. Well,
I don't,
so you're
I don't want
yelling
to
at
just be
your
like,
kid,
I'm
going,
the adult, that's why you're doing it. I want to be like, this is why.
Everyone
and
wants to
but
raise
that's-
someone that's open minded, but it's,
Well, because
it's
she
good to
said,
raise
well,
someone
because
that's
she
obedient,
said, I
too.
don't want to do gentle parenting, but I do want them to understand why the decisions are the decisions.
But that's where
Sure,
you-
that's fine. You can explain authority. I think that's completely fine.
Instead of just
Authority.
saying I'm the parent and that's why, because also she was like, also then I worry you cross into that zone where then you have to listen to all adults, which you shouldn't,
Sure.
because then you cross into
it,
an
it-
FBI agent coming
Who
up
wants
to
to
you.
kiss you? Yeah.
it comes to respect from your kid at that point. Like they're
You
going
can
to
still teach
respect you.
respect
and then-
otherwise.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying
I think that
if they respect you, they're going to listen to what you have to say
an important,
and go from there.
an important dad in a it's fucking fathering with Walter Ivanov.
Fathering.
An important is the line, right? So you have to have
the
someone that
line.
understands. You have to have someone that understands authority, but you also don't want someone that's so submissive that they do terrible things and shitty things.
Yeah,
so
and
you
that's
really
where-
you have to dance.
Because like I saw a clip of a podcast. I can't remember who the woman was, but she is like some sort of like district attorney somewhere or something.
Sure.
But she was explaining that like when her kids come and ask for something, and she thinks it's something they don't need, like if it's a certain amount of money or something, and she in her mind her instinct is to say no. Instead of saying no, she says,
This is why.
no. She says, explain to me why you need it.
Sure, that's a great way
And
to do
she
it.
said, honestly, a high percentage of the time, they end up getting it because they actually had a
Sure, I think
like
completely fine with
logical
that.
reason to it. But that's because she said I started doing it that way. So then they started thinking more logically when they were asking for things instead of it just being, well, I want it.
Yeah, my son's at the point where he's at right now. He questions me when he doesn't understand. That's where we're at now. So it's like if he doesn't understand, he's like, "Dad, what the hell? Why are we doing
Which
this?"
is
He'll ask
logical
me,
though,
and I'm
instead
like,
of just
"All right,
being
this is
like,
why we're doing it."
well, because
we doing it?
I'm in charge.
But
Because as
If
an
you
adult,
give
you
it
don't
reason.
think that way.
if it's something stupid, and I'm just like, "You're just gonna
You're
do
being
it,"
you're being kind of yeah. it's-
I'll be a dick. That's
wanna-
fine because that's how. If you're gonna ask a dumb question as an adult, you're probably gonna get
But
someone
it
that's
did
not as
make me
patient.
think of it because I had just had that conversation the other day with my friend, and then I'm watching this movie, and the dad says more than one time, because I make the rules, or it's my house, my rules, or whatever, instead
yeah,
of just
I get
like.
it. That's how my
And
whole
so
childhood.
it made
whole
me
childhood was.
think of it though, because I do feel like in our era of growing up, it was a lot like that because our parents were still kind of phasing out of that
Yes, sir.
that harder.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
I'm talking about my dad.
Okay.
My mom is completely fine with whatever. Well, that's not
You thought
true,
he was
but
calling
pretty
me
close.
sir.
Yes. Back to let me close out my thought here on this. It's ma'am. Back to close out my thoughts here. I think this movie is high in nostalgia for me as well. So that's why it's a 6.
Adds,
If
yeah.
it wasn't me watching this movie with that nostalgia, it might be like a 4. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, like we've talked about, this movie's all kinds of fucked up when it comes to a fucking 30-year-old kissing a 10-year-old, 11, I guess, on his birthday. And then like him being, I did like the part where his dad's like, oh, he's in shock. Okay, that's funny. Sure. But again, a kiss on the cheek would have been just as fine. It would have been him like, oh my God, you know.
That's what I thought was going to happen when I first watched this, but no.
Right.
That was intimate.
Mwah.
Exactly. So I'm again, nostalgia for me, 6 out of 10.
I'm exactly
That's where
with
I'm
him.
at.
I don't need to explain.
He doesn't need to explain. 6 out of 10. 6 is
6 out of 10.
Okay.
Randy, what do you got?
That's getting a solid fucking 4.
A 4.
Did you
I
just
went up. No, I went up a point. Okay.
Okay, he went up a point.
I went up 1 fucking point. There was nothing to this movie, or nothing about this movie that stood out to me that was like, oh my God, this is a great movie. I already kind of explained.
Well, once I saw Tara's dad in there, I was interested.
A
give
good
you your own
explanation for
notebook.
me before you do your thing is like this kind of sits kind of in the Ernest movies
Okay. Yeah.
for me. It's like it's took a little bit of
Trash.
taste from my from where I was when I was younger. Look, if I had to put any of my movies against any of your fucking shitty
I don't
movies,
have
Randall,
any good movies.
I'm pretty sure my movies are old and fucking would beat your movies'
Elf
asses.
is better than Ernest. That's the only one I got.
According to our Facebook and Twitter poll, it's not.
Yeah. Anyways,
I think it's a 4. Tara, your turn.
5.
you like this? We got
I
a bunch
like
of new
it, yeah,
T-shirts.
Can I have one?
I think it's like the decision. Really, you have to go to the website.
No, bitch.
Why do you give it a 5, Tara? Why don't you like this movie?
I feel like I was pretty upfront about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What's the closest movie to this that we've done already?
rating wise,
Yeah, in your guys' opinion, like personal ratings.
Probably.
for like this, like
I feel like we don't do this enough, so our metrics are all fucked.
for like same type of reasons why I liked or didn't like it.
Yeah, other movies that got 5s for you, like ones you remember, so that we use like the compare and contrast thing. I find myself not doing this enough.
I think if
I
I
could bring up our website that has all of our scores on it. So if you want to go to the decisionreel.com, you can see all of our scores.
I think I scored Jingle All the Way.
Dingle?
I said Jingle.
I heard dingle.
Dingle bell, I swear it was
Dingle.
I think I scored Jingle All the Way the same.
could have been.
And I feel similar. Like there were I think when we talked about that movie, I was like it was just dumb. There were a lot of things that frustrated me about it and weren't realistic and blah blah blah. And so similar.
I feel like a lot of these
With this
90s
one.
movies are kind of sitting in the
like
same
Die Hard.
between like
Yeah.
6,
These two
5.
movies.
Tara gave Total Recall a 5. She also gave Jingle All the Way a 5, so she doesn't like Arnold.
We knew that going into it.
She also gave Jurassic World Dominion a 5. I agree with that.
And I'm a Jurassic fan.
What is Randall giving a 5?
She also gave Zoolander and Mars Attacks a 5.
You gave Mars
I
Attacks
gave Mars
a 5?
Attacks a 5.
You did.
It is a
And you
trashy
like that movie.
That doesn't
It's, like a
Randy-
cult, it's like a cult movie now, though.
Randy
so-
has given in the past. Here, let's go here. So Prison
I
of
gave what
Ghostlands
else? What was
obviously
before
is
Mars
bad.
Attacks?
What did I say?
This isn't about
Zoolander.
It's my turn, Tara.
What?
Randy.
Food first.
Randy has given a 5 to Ready to Rumble.
Oh, Ready to Rumble, you gave a 5.
give that a 5. What a fucking idiot.
He gave a 3.5 to Dreamcatcher.
That's what I'm saying about Mars Attacks. I can't believe I gave Mars Attacks a 5.
He
That
gave a
seems
5 to Gross Point Blank in Major League 2.
You gave a 5 to Major League?
So you guys have done Gross Point
Major League
Blank.
2?
We have, yeah.
Okay, I had it on my list. I'll take it off.
2 is in TOO?
Yeah.
You gave Major League that score?
I don't remember.
Major League 2.
Oh.
I guess I did.
Let's
That's
look at the
different.
5 Steve has given out.
I still
have
think
given,
2 is low, but
Major League 2.
Actually, let's look at Wally first.
I still think that's kind of low.
Wally has given Zoolander 5.5, Mars Attacks a 5.6.
You gave it a 5.
You gave
so it's-
Dreamcatcher a 5.5.
So don't come out with my shit for my 5. on
Yeah,
Dreamcatcher.
oh, no. Well,
Oh, wait,
I'm
what's
still
Dream-
not
it
a
was,
fucking...
It was Major League. That's what you came out before.
Steven has given The Voices a
I'm
5.5.
consistent as fuck is what I'm saying.
Captain
Bitch.
Ron I gave a
Yeah, they're all the
5.
same.
I actually really like Captain Ron. I wasn't here for that, but
I gave
actually
Four
really like that movie.
Christmases a
You're
5. I gave Elf a 5. I gave Jennifer's Body a 5. Practical Magic
Steve
a 5.
has given out
Practical
way
Magic?
more.
You gave
Mars
5 to
Attacks I
Scorsese?
give a 5.
Oh my God.
Why did we all
American
give that a 5?
Sniper I
It was a
gave a
terrible
5.
movie.
But it's so entertaining.
I
do I
also
take
I
your-
also gave Major League 2 a 5.
Why do I take your rating so seriously?
How many
Everything's a fucking
5s have you given
5.
No,
out?
he's very negative.
I gave
Open your shit up, bro.
What are you talking about? I
You
gave this
may be
movie
the
a
most
6.
negative
Oh.
Canadian.
This is
Steve.
important. So
I gave Scream, the newest Scream, a 5.
Nothing newest, because the newest hasn't.
what is your
I gave
what is your
okay,
highest
the
rating?
last one.
What's your highest?
The highest rating
for
I
you?
have on here. So if you want to look on our website, we do
going.
have every host top movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we'd
yeah,
like
pick
you
it.
to tell
So
us.
mine
right
is Scott Pilgrim at a 9.
You gave Scott
now. What
Pilgrim's
was
good.
mine? I bet
Scott
mine was a League of
Pilgrim's
Their
good.
Own.
Tara has
Is it a
me.
9?
Tara has Mean Girls and Zombieland at an 8.
But-
Wally has.
Wait, A League of Their Own, I gave a 9.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't update that yet. Let me look. A League of.
See, now
Their
I don't trust the Mars
Own.
Attack.
So fucking
You're
good.
right. 9.
No.
You got it.
Everyone
No,
is
you got a
so fucking
9.
good.
You got a 9 on there. I have to upgrade
I
that.
said I know
That-
you
mine
guys
would've
couldn't
been
make
close.
Wally got.
you guys
Mine would've
couldn't
been
make
close to
that.
that.
Wally has Army of Darkness, Die Hard, and Nobody at a 9.
Nobody is a
That was a good one. I wasn't on
phenomenal.
for that one.
I haven't updated it yet for Randy to be on the top. I am sorry. I need to
I was
get on
actually
this.
sad that
cool.
you guys
Piece of
weren't
shit.
on
I
the
don't
League of
even
Their
know.
Own one, and Steve and I did.
That's so-
But
I
I said to
love that
Steve,
movie.
and I think Steve agreed. He didn't give it a 9, but he agreed. I said this
I gave
is-
it a high score.
I think you gave it an 8, maybe.
I gave it an
No
8.
crying in
Yep,
baseball.
I gave
But
it an
I
8.
said to Steve, I said this was probably the closest to a 10 for me because I couldn't think of literally anything I didn't like about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason I didn't give it a 10 is because I hadn't even given out any 9s yet, so it was still higher than anything else.
Look, I got a lot of 8s and 7s out here, right? You guys can sit here and say like, "Oh, you're fucking negative."
you also had a lot of 5s.
Well, yeah, but I didn't. I mean,
More
that
than
was-
us.
He's been here the whole time.
Let's be real. I've been through 100 and fucking
108
8
episodes.
episodes
Exactly.
today, right?
I think most consistently, I'm between 6s and 7s. I've
You're-
given those
you-
out
you're right.
the most.
So our top 10, and we do have a top 10 Decision Reel top 10 movies,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this is current. We'll just go down it.
I don't think I was
Right
on
now,
half
our
of them.
highest. Well, yeah. Well, so you got to think we're
Yeah.
going from our number 1 to whatever we've
Damn,
had.
I missed all the good ones. I'm all for all the shitty ones.
Dude, Hereditary.
Hold on. So we've had 109 episodes, well, 108 including today. There's bonus episodes in there. So there are top 10 right now currently. Number 10 is rated
Somebody's
a
out
9 with Hereditary. Number 2, Wayne's World at 8.75. Number 3, Die Hard at 8.625. Number 4, Happy Gilmore at 8.5. Number 5, Tropic Thunder at 8.3. 6, Mean Girls at 8.25. 7, Nobody at 8.25 as well. That's kind of tied. Number 8, Dodgeball at 8.2. Number 9, Army of Darkness at 8. And number 10, Austin Powers at 7.8.
How come A League of Their Own's not on there?
Because that is actually lower than 7.8.
Because
I
Randall gave it a fucking 5.
But you gave it an 8 and I gave it a 9.
A League of Their Own.
Randall actually, we have it on here for him. He gave it a 6.
But
so-
he wasn't even here.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. We could. I mean, I'm looking at the overall, and you're right. I mean, we could take him off of it if we want to. But he's
No. You can't do that.
Why
You
would
can't.
you? Why
wasn't-
would you take me off of it?
Because you weren't here for the discussion.
you weren't
just,
actually-
I
you,
gave my fucking decision.
watch-
did I
you
not?
Did you watch the
mailed-
movie?
You
I
mailed,
watched the- I
you
watched the
mailed in your vote. You didn't even
He
discuss
watched
it.
the movie. He watched the fucking
It
He
fucking
watched it.
counts.
Does it?
Apparently.
I put it on here, but you know what? We'll go through. We'll update.
Also, a 6 for A League of Their
I'm
Own
gonna be honest. I don't remember that movie right now.
It's
He
the
doesn't
women's
remember.
baseball.
with
Woman
Tom
baseball.
Hanks.
I don't remember.
No crime
I
in
got
baseball.
terrible movie. Terrible memory. Sorry.
Randy, did
I
you
got
give your
terrible
score on this?
memories.
I don't
I'm glad
remember.
you weren't on
did,
that
yeah.
one.
Okay, everything's written down. We're
Everything's
good.
written down.
All right, well, that's it for this episode. Next week is
glad we-
Wally's pick.
Judge him.
I'm so glad we talked about this.
Wally's pick next week. We got. While you're looking, you can find us at The Decision Reel, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can go to our or YouTube. You're right. You can go to our website www.thedecisionreel.com. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, everywhere you can get your podcast. We're streaming. You can look at our faces on YouTube, like we said. Just trying to.
Wally and
Talk.
Steve are not as red as you think. What
Thank
in
you.
The absolute fuck
mean-
was that?
We could be. Also, we're on Twitch now, so if you want to watch us Tuesday nights, you can see us live trying to do this. You can comment. You can say that we suck. You can say we don't agree with what we're saying. And Wally's going to
probably
pick for next week.
What you got?
Do you guys want something fucking cool and shitty or something like
Whatever you want, baby.
something big
Is something
and popular?
Is something cool and shitty? Can they be both of those things?
No, probably not.
No.
Probably not for you guys. No,
Maybe.
Probably for
but
me.
it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Has he got Arnold
It's
in it?
up to you. No, and no.
So I'm gonna do Cool World with Brad Pitt.
Oh,
Cool World?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't even
So
know
that's
what it is.
before Roger Rabbit. This is like one of the first
animated real.
animated real type movies.
okay.
Look at you. Look
Yeah.
at you. All right. All right.
Okay,
What was your
I know
other?
what you're talking about.
What was your other?
Country for Old Man.
Oh, okay. All right.
But that's
No
deep.
country.
Yeah,
for
it's
Old
deep.
Man.
No, that's a deep one.
No
so,
country. They don't get country.
whatever.
No, they don't there.
God damn.
Goddamn boy. Next week, Cool World. I'm actually excited. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and actually, my wife really likes the movie.
I love this movie.
I definitely
gonna be
like.
good.
I didn't recognize the name, but now that you've said it, I
it's-
also have not seen it in
It's
a
good.
really.
It's
long
fucking
time.
weird and dark.
Good old Brad
It's
Pitt.
super dark.
Did we
Speaking of-
talk about Bullet Train already?
We have. It's great.
It's great.
It's
I love
great.
it. Did you watch
I
it?
loved that.
Watch
Bullet
it.
Train.
Bullet Train.
Watch
Yeah,
it.
Brad Pitt.
Alright.
It was good.
It's on Netflix. Watch it.
I did.
Okay. You did watch it.
I said it was,
Have
I
any
it
of
was
you?
all right.
Have any of you
Fuck you.
watched Babylon yet with him and Margot
Nah, I'm
Robbie?
good. It's too long.
Is it about
It is
someone
long.
that just
Any
keeps
movie
talking
that's over
and
like
talking?
245, I'm like, I'm good. Make it
Did
a
you get
fucking
it?
series.
Never mind. I'm sorry.
Somebody who's talking too long? What?
Did you ever watch Babylon? And I was like, is that about someone that keeps talking and talking?
This fucking guy. Speaking of talking, we talk too much on here. So next week, Cool World. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Bye. Maybe bye. I don't know. Fucking bye.